that didn't show up, we may have space. So if you know people who are looking for a spot or would like to also do it, feel free to send them the Discord and send them this way, and I can get them, on the thing. So. Okay, once we are in, make sure you check your jobs, look at the roster, make sure you're on your jobs. Party lead in this place, I will note, I just threw down a name. It doesn't really matter who it is. It's just someone needs to put down markers, so I just grabbed the person on each party with the most experience level and threw them on there. Okay, so make sure you have a coffer is your first, a cipher, and coffers if you're on the samurai. So your first thing, make sure you have at least one sanguine cipher. If you do that, you're going to go to that pavilion in the middle that you probably ignored a billion times.
Doesn't need to be a specific weather?
It'll be that weather in 5 minutes.
They fixed it in patch. Yeah, they fixed it in a patch, Elena, because people were complaining, and I agree.
It was 7.3. They made it so that if you join with a group of 24, it creates an instance for you. 5 minutes after, it'll start up the weather, and 5 minutes after that, the raid opens.
Yep.
And then people are able to join it to the party.
Yes, it's also locked, so we will be the only people in this instance for that amount of time.
Yeah, it unlocks after the raid starts.
Yep. Okay, so first things first, the easiest way to handle this, the first thing we will always want to do, there's a couple things you can do. You can see Tempest doing it right now, or I might have thought he was, but he's not. Someone's doing it. You can grab some mobs, basically grab those mobs and let them kind of just attack you, eat it, eat those hits. Build an LB. You can build yourself to an LB2 if you just stand on a whole bunch of junk. Normally, the first step we would run here, anyone who is assigned a chemist, so there should be 6 of you, you just go stand in the middle, and someone in your party should be marking those chemists. They are the most important people that you want marked. Ideally, you'll just go through, you only want the chemists in the middle, and you're just going to mark them all accordingly. Reason being, if everyone in the party has marked their chemists, then you can easily see each other. As a chemist, you have one really important job, which is make sure that, if you see another chemist dead, that you have raised that chemist. So if you see them dead, make sure you get them off the ground. Every party should have one chemist. They should be able to mostly manage their own. They should be able to manage their people on their own. If someone does die, they should be able to get them up, but obviously there's no one in their party to raise them. So if you do see a dead chemist, make sure you mark it, or make sure you get them up. The other main step that's important to understand for the chemists is how we chemsack. So if we are going to chemsack a mechanic, the way this is going to work is we'll pick a chemist. Typically it'll be a chemist that's somewhere south. Your job, if you are doing chemsack for us, is I need you to go die as close to the entrance to the boss arena as possible prior to the point we want to chemsack, and I need a chem to go stand on their body and raise them. At that point in time, that chemist does not take that raise. You will sit on that raise, and you will just stay on the floor with a raise, and chemists, all of you, your job is to just keep throwing raises at them so it never expires. On the off chance something goes sideways, at that point, you'll just be instructed to kill yourselves really quick. Everyone needs to just go jump into the death wall, do whatever you have to die, and then that one chemist will raise after the arena unlocks and the boss resets, and they'll start the process of raising all the other chems so that they can drag us all up off the ground. That's kind of the gist. So if there's a dead chemist near south and you see him there, and we're chemsacking, that's the idea behind it. Otherwise, that's kind of the gist for chemists. So like I said, someone in every party should mark all of the chemists. Otherwise, you can go stand in AoEs. When the platform lights up, we will go over all the other roles to make sure everyone's on their proper jobs. And we have a process for going through that.
I have a question. Is raising limited?
Yes.
Like it was? Okay.
So
Can
it's
only a certain
limited,
kind of
but
jobs
it's
raise?
different. So you don't have unlimited lives with a chance to raise. Every person who comes in here gets 4 lives. You start, you can be raised 3 times. When you've died the 4th time, your raise will completely fall off and you will be immune to raising. So, yeah, you can die, but you can only die a handful of times. That is why when we're doing things, it is imperative you are being safe. When we are going through hallways, there's a couple rules we'll go over for hallways so that they're kind of all handled properly. We have a couple people on Rangers. Those Rangers, you are only popping small traps. We ignore bigs, we ignore the megas, unless otherwise stated. So in this case, run over to the thing. You'll see the reliquary over here. Throw your name in the Goblet of Fire, and then you can continue doing your thing. If it says you have offered one, you've done it. If you are tanking mobs, they can cancel out your stuff if you get hit. So everybody should be running over there, throw one in. Because we were at 45, we should see 45 current participants. Once that's done, you should be good. Right now we're at 34. So make sure you throw one in.
Throw one in where?
Into any of the 4 glowing green reliquaries. If you do not throw it in, it will not let you in. It will warp us all in and you will be standing on this platform by yourself. So
what did you say?
Need to put in a cipher.
Now, it gives you the option to add more ciphers. Is there any benefit to putting more than one in?
No. Not with a fixed
You
group
used
like this.
to be able to put in more to get yourself a higher priority, but because we're the only people in the instance, everyone has to throw exactly one in. So we now have 45 in, so we should be good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
yeah, what's up?
Oh, I was just gonna explain the whole cipher thing.
Mhm.
Yeah. So basically, the cipher is like a lottery ticket to get into the instance. The way that it worked before, when everyone in the instance could just submit, and you had up to 72 people in here, it would pick one at random from until it got 48. So if you put in multiple, it gave you a higher chance of getting in. Since we only have 45 here, there's no point in doing that. It'll just be wasting ciphers.
Oh yes, and if you die, make sure you take a raise and get up. It will not move your dead body into the thing. So
Yeah.
So yes, make sure if you've been hit, everyone should be up right now and just kind of hanging out. Thieves. The one thing I will point out about thieves, we have 2 thieves in here. When you are looking for traps, there are 2 inside the intermission 1 and 2 channels for bridges and hallways. There are 2 maps that show you where those traps are. Your job's pretty simple. What I will advise you of is when you are coming up to an area that could have a trap, be very careful. Like, take a step, take a step, do your search. Take a step, do your search. Don't run blindly, you will very possibly kill yourself. And yes, make sure you are inside the green platform. You need to be inside the green ring.
Now, I only see
Yes.
that 45 people have put in a cipher. Are 3 people going to get left out, or?
There's only
We only have
45
45 people.
Oh, there's only 45 of us.
We're
Never
not
mind.
48
Yeah.
of 48, so, yep. So you
Yeah.
just want that number to match the number of people in the instance.
Yep. So we're good.
Yep. So,
Yeah.
okay. So, we've got all our chems do stuff, so if everyone can clear the middle for a second, I'm going to do a couple quick other things. So I need my 2 rangers to run to the middle for me, just to make sure I know who you know. Make sure you know who you are. There should be 1 other ranger. I believe I flipped it over. I believe Kona, I have you on a ranger. Now, yep, there you go. Okay, perfect. You guys are the rangers. You can run off. Geos, we're going to go to the middle, float or do something. I just need the other Geo here with me. Perfect. Okay. We have our Geos here. Our thieves, if you can both run to the middle and do your little thief skill so we know you're here. Yep, perfect. See you guys doing that. Alright, so we've covered our Geos, we've covered our thieves, time mages. I need time mages to run to the middle for me. Perfect. I love the enthusiasm. That should be everything. Berserkers, we probably aren't going to necessarily need you today, but Berserkers can run to the middle. Just so I know you're there. I see you. Perfect. Okay, so that should be all of our vital rolls. We have our knights. Every party should have 1 knight in it. Yes, so most of them have, like I said, leaders, all you're really doing, leaders, all you're really kind of doing is just, you're there to put down markers, just making sure we're good there. Okay, but yeah, so we should have 6 chems marked. We should have all the other stuff. Yeah, chemists can re-go to the middle, just in case people weren't marked. You can run back to the middle, make sure we have all the chems there. You should have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If your party does not see those 6 people, not counting the warrior, are your chemists. Alright, so stay inside this circle, and we will start rolling. Like I said, ideally, goal for our 2 instances will be to try to get through 2. If we can get through the second boss, that would be perfect, but even if we get to Fire Tower or whatever, that's still a good starting point. So that'll be the long-term goal, but we'll get there.
Yeah, there was a
yeah, we can discuss a chain order. But we can discuss that. Because yeah, otherwise it gets kind of messy. Okay, so we are in the tower. You'll see that little platform in front of us. Once you jump off this, you will not be able to change class, so make sure you are on your proper class. If you are on your proper class, once this opens, you are free to jump down.
Oh, I'm tank for 3. Whoever is the tank for C, do you want the main tank of our pair, or should I take it?
I'm guessing we can figure that out too when we get to the second boss, per se, but...
No, it matters on the first one because of the starting tank buster.
Oh, I was literally just gonna say, I just need 3 tanks to make sure they have hate, and I'm just gonna have them all stack and pop into them. So that the Berserker can stand on top of all of them and just blow maxes.
Okay.
Nope.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm not
is
super
there an
worried
issue
about
with buffs overcapping?
Yeah.
So should we get rid of
Yeah.
extra buffs that we don't need?
Yeah, only
So
use
all you
night buff,
want
don't bother with
are
buffs.
prey. Yeah. The bard buff you don't need, so if you have Romeo, you can unclick that off your bar. But yeah, every knight needs to pray at the crystal. Otherwise, when you're ready, hop up. You can put down markers, and I'll kind of explain a few of the things here.
I'm just gonna turn on stance. Yeah, the edge of this platform is not solid. You can just fall off.
Okay, so first thing first, you're going to want to put your markers down. I will throw into general a picture of markers so you can kind of get an idea of what those need to look like. But I'll find my little picture of those. Okay, so marker placement. I'll just throw it in the what do you call it? In the demon tablet channel. So that's what the markers should look like. If you look in that channel now, and I'm going to explain one other thing that's in that channel to make this easy. So that's how your markers should look. Basically, you're going to place 1, 2, 3, and on the other side, you're going to place A, B, C. Where they are, if you have a plugin that can do it, it's awesome. If you don't, it's not the end of the world. They just need to be close, but generally there's going to be towers spawning in that general kind of triangle pattern. You just need to make sure the markers are kind of close enough to identify where you're going to be. So there's 3 big things that this guy does. Most of them are pretty simple, but we'll just kind of go over them quick. He will always pick himself up and then do a mechanic. That's kind of his thing. If you look at that picture I posted, it's going to be kind of difficult to see, but I'm going to try to explain this as best I can. If you look in between the 2 chain and the 3 chain, you'll see the floor is kind of a different color and there's a little whitish looking box. That white box is him being picked up. When he goes up, he casts a shadow. If he does the knockback, you need to be standing next to that thick white line. That will make sure you do not get punted off the edge. The knockback is about an 85%, 90% of the width of the sides, so it will knock you off if you're not up against him. But you can use that shaking thick white line when he picks up as the indicator for that. If you have to go away from the boss, you need to be about halfway from him. So back half of the side you're on.
Yeah, it's the center line crossing through this circle.
Yep. So basically you need to be at least halfway back. That's the first easy kind of piece to this. He's going to do a mechanic where he's going to rotate. That's easy. I'm going to call left or right. Just stand on that side of him, looking at him. So if I call left, whatever side of tablet you're on, go to the left. If I call right, go to the right. He'll turn. You need to get behind him, and then we'll do it again. Same principle. Right be on his right, left be on his left, for whatever I call. There's going to be some towers. They will spawn, like I said, on ABC 1, 2, 3. You'll just go and stand in your tower. The first time it will always be preceded by a knockback or a getaway, so do that first. And then we get to the one mechanic, which is why this picture exists, which is meteors. Meteors is the one mechanic that could kill us. Also, make sure you're wiggling if you're standing there, just so you don't get kicked. Meteors is the one important mechanic here. So in this picture, I took it for various reasons. You'll see a bunch of people with those little red meteor markers over their head. There should be about 8 of you that get this. Those people, one of the 2 sides of the arena is going to get a meteor logo on it. I'm going to call either Meteors Cross or Meteors Stay based on where we're at. Do whatever that is. That will always be accompanied by either a knockback or an away from the boss. So you're going to do that first, and then you need to place those meteors at the very back of the arena, as far away from Demon Tablet as you're able. Keep in mind you can walk off, so do not walk off, but you want to get that as close to the edge as you can. 4 people will also get stacks. If you look at this picture, you'll see that chain 3 has a stack, and you can kind of see their arrow arcing towards the right. And you can see that there's another person whose arrow's arcing towards the left. There's 2 arcing left, 2 arcing right, if you look at it from the side. If you get one of those 4 stacks, point your stack at Demon Tablet. Even if you don't have a meteor, 2 of you will be on the side with the meteors, and you have a very important job. Those stacks need at least 4 people in them to resolve. Anyone hit with it will get launched into the air. The meteor people need to go and stack with the 2 people that knock back with them that have the stacks to go over Demon Tablet. You need to be on that side with him, running across, stack, and all of you need to be in the stacks to get launched over Demon Tablet so you don't die to all the meteors dropping.
Can I make an addendum to that? If you're on the non-meteor side, sure, go ahead. Yeah. It will only launch 4 people. If you have too many people in the stack, they're going to get left behind.
That's not correct.
It's not? Oh, okay. I am misinformed then.
No, it will launch every person that's in. I've watched them clown car like 12 people in the stacks, and it will launch everyone that is hit.
Okay.
So
I was misinformed.
Ideally, you want 4 and 4, but yes, you can launch more than 4.
Okay, got it.
So yeah, so you'll do that. If you're on the side that doesn't have meteors and you have the stack, just take it to the back wall, and you're just going to use that stack to launch you so you don't launch yourselves over Demon Tablet. We're going to do meteors once. Presumably, we don't need to see it a second time, but we will just do it the one time. Other than that, there's going to be one other mechanic that's going to be involved with this. It's towers. The second time we see towers, they will double up. So those towers will double stack. When we do that mechanic, everyone is going to be running to the side that has them. If you are in one of the number alliances, if you joined D, E, or F, you are a 1, 2, 3, you need to float with these little gargoyles that are sitting off to the side. You don't need to be next to them, you need to be under them. They will lift you up, and then you're going to cover your same tower matching your color. So if you're in party 1, you're covering the tower that's either on A or 1, whichever side we're on. 2 is covering B2, 3 is covering C3. Those towers, once again, same deal, need 4 people, and then we'll do stuff. That's more or less all that happens in Demon Tablet. So for the most part, if you're comfortable enough with just kind of doing the basic dodges, you should be pretty good. Only other thing I will mention, people can start ready checking their parties and just toss me a yell when you know your party's good. If you do have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, the only thing I'll say is if you are a person who plays with all your battle effects on, I would advise turning them down in this place because, yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening.
At least turn off on party.
Yeah, you want your party on, but you don't want all the other stuff. Okay, perfect. So yeah, once you're ready, just give me a shout saying your group is ready. We'll roll this once everyone is good.
I have a question. You said that one,
Yeah,
two,
what's up?
3 are always going to be floating?
Correct, yes.
Okay.
1, 2, 3 will always float. And I will call that. I'll call numbers up or numbers down. So just mostly remember if you're a number or a letter. Okay, so A is ready, B is ready. 1, 2, 3 are ready, C is ready. Okay, everyone is ready. All right, we are going to pull at 20:45. 20:45 on the instance timer, so dancers can dance now. Can throw LB2s now. LB1s. And we pull. He starts with a raid wide, so make sure you mid it. So heavy mid on the raid wide, and then we will do that cross mechanic twice. Cross away from the boss. Go under the boss, get away from him. Run away from him. Alright, back, we'll do it again. Cross, get away from him. Far away from the boss. Alright, tanks all stack up together. All the tanks stack up. And you will pop your inbones. Stack those together, pop your inbones. Inbone now. Alright, perfect. Okay, letters, get ready to cross. Letters cross, knockback, thick white line. Stand next to the thick white line, do your towers after. Go to your towers. Alright, we're gonna watch, he's gonna turn. Go right. Go right. Get behind him, be on the right. Get behind him, be on the right, by the 1 marker. You want to be by the 1 marker. Run if you need to.
Oh, he's solid.
And get people up if you're able. If you see him down, and he can get people up. Okay. Perfect. Spread out. Loose spread. Next is meteors. Loose spread. Watch for the meteors. Meteors cross. Meteors cross, knockback. Point your arrow at the thing. Knockback. Knockback, knockback. Thick white line. Everyone up by the boss. Alright. Stacks to the back on this side. Do not get launched over. Otherwise, make sure meteors cross. Alright, get out of that puddle. Out of the puddle. Out of the puddle. Go to the right. Right, right, right. It's going to be right and then left. Right and then left. Stay on the back, left. Back, left. Stay at 3. Stay at 3. Stay at 3. Stay at 3. Back to 3. Everyone back to 3. Okay, after this he's going to pick up letters you are going to cross. There will be 3 ads getting summoned. Time mages, you will dispel the middle ad. Letters cross. Numbers stay. Out of that thing. Time mages, dispel the middle ad. Dispel the summoned archdemon. Time mages, dispel. Nice job. And then just kill the ads. Kill all the ads. Once they're dead, back on Demon Tablet. Keep burning away. Okay. It's gonna summon some gargoyles. That's gonna show us a safe spot for later. After we summon those gargoyles, I'm gonna call for one of the 2 sets to cross. You're gonna all cross to get to the same side as the towers. We'll do a mechanic, and then we'll do that floating mechanic. Back left will be safe. Back left will be safe. Numbers cross away from the boss. Numbers cross away from the boss. Numbers be ready to go up. You're going to go on top of these gargoyles. Numbers on top of the gargoyles after. Numbers go up. Cover your towers. After this, you'll go back left. Go to the back left corner. Back left corner of the arena. Be safe. Alright, all good. We're going to do one of those left-right mechanics again. Go to the right. Go to the right. And then we'll run behind the boss. Run behind the boss. We're all in front of him right now. Run behind, stay on the right. Stay by A. Stay by A. Okay. Get ready, we're gonna do that meteor mechanic one more time. So, we're gonna have to do meteors, just respect it, make sure we do it. Do it right, do our best to kill it before, but respect it either way. Alright, meteors stay, get away from the boss. Point your arrows at the boss. Get away from the boss. Away from the boss, away from the boss. Alright, ride your knockbacks over. And then get out of the puddle after. Out of the puddle. Out of the puddle and kill it. Out of the puddle and kill it. Alright. And if we see it, there's a tank buster, just, or no, sorry. Run through, knockback. Run through, knockback. Thick white line. Thick white line. Thick white line. Thick white line. Or he's dead. Okay, chemists. Before you leave, make sure everyone is up. Make sure everyone is up. All chests in this place are personal, which is the next point I will make. When you come up, knights, make sure you rebuff. Repray at the crystal. And at that point, make sure you grab your chest. Once again, the chests are personal. If you are in groups A, B, or C, you will be going to the left. 1, 2, and 3, you will be going to the right. Once you have your spoils and you do your thing, if you are in party 1, 2, or 3, you'll be following me down to the split channel. If you are in A, B, or C, you are hanging out in main, and Avark is going to walk you through what you're doing over there, so listen to him, follow his instructions. And we will see you on the other side. Be safe, don't run ahead of your thieves.
Okay, so Thief, can you percept up to the up to the front of the room? There should be a trap there. Just percept and just take it slow. Okay, you can come back now. Ranger, can you pop that, please? Thank you. Can I have a main tank for tanking the mobs, please? Okay. Just grab the mobs and just have it tank out here. Yep. Time Mage slowly adds. The manacle's going. You want to be on the left of the manacle? Go on the left. Oh, it's dead. Okay. Thief, can you percept? Stay behind the thief. Oh, we go left. There should be a mega. We ignore that mega. We go left. We should be safe. Up the stairs. We should be safe here. There shouldn't be any traps up the staircase here. Tanks, just once grab the mobs. Geomancers, you want to suspend and go into the trap room and to disable the trap. Respect the AoEs. Okay. Thief, you want, you can actually go ahead and start percepting overhead now. Should be one trap in leading up to that route, the corridor there. There should be one up there. Okay, come out, rearrange pop that, please. Okay, we're good. Yeah, could you just carry on percepting? Can you percept? Go left and percept up to the ads. There should be one trap there, and then we'll go right. Everyone just hang here. We're going right in a second. We just want to get the trap percepted. maybe no traps. I think with maybe no traps there. Okay, it looks like it's clear. You can come back now. Okay, we'll go right.
Yeah, the trap can be in front of the secret door
Yeah.
to your left, or it will be at the next door.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay. Ranger, you can pop that, and that. However, tank just grab these ads as well. There is a orb coming. If you're a caster or someone has a spell, please respect that and please dodge those AoEs. They will insta-kill you if you're not careful. The orb's silent, so you want to be avoiding that if you're caster. Thief, you can actually start heading up to the whole this corridor here. We'll head up there. That wall, that's for thieves. Everyone else can ignore that. That's a thief gimmick room. Get us extra loot. Okay, that should be clear. So you can actually open that door for me. Thank you. Oh, there's no traps here. Left or right? We'll go left. Thief, you can start percept. Tank grab those ads, and Thief can percept to the wall on the right. You can start percepting up here. It should reveal a doorway. If we it reveals a doorway to get into the room. Do we have? Nope, it's not this side. We're gonna go right. Right, we're going right. Yeah, so that should give us our loot to personal spoils, which that's also upgrades your gear. Respect the AoEs. Be on the left. Move across. Or get out of the range. Stay out. Oh, God.
What got us all there?
The opposite hammer. He was a little angled oddly, so that's why.
Okay.
Do we have any chems here? That's bad. Give me a second.
Will Phoenix down work?
No.
I just tried, it doesn't work. Uh-oh.
Yeah, both of our chemists died.
It's funny. Surprise mechanics.
Oh. Phoenix downing right now?
That won't work.
Oh, no effect. Okay. All right.
We're going to need to somehow get a. I think we'll just have to go without chemists and no more resing. Are they able to come over?
Okay, so just had a word of Ash. We just grab your personal spoils, and then we'll everyone hit return.
This first.
There's no
See if
point
there's
moving
trap.
farther than that right now.
Yeah, probably not. I more just want to get them their one sanguinite.
Yeah, it's the entrance to it is back here.
Yeah, I know.
We don't need-
I'm walking Jimmy through what to do.
Yeah.
Because he's new to it. So follow me, Jimmy. Back here. Back here.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
just saying that mob pack.
Yep. No, I totally understand what you're saying. I'm just making sure he's learning where all this stuff is, so that when we get here, he's more familiar
Gotcha.
with it.
Gotcha.
Yep. That's all we're doing. We're learning. Okay. So once you've deciphered this, there's a path right here. What's going to happen for you is you're going to go up here. There shouldn't be any traps with you down this path, like you've passed this. When you wheel around, you're going to get into a room. That room, it's going to be a big square room on the map. You need to pop your your sprint skill that you have. You're going to need to pop your sprint skill. And once you've popped your sprint skill, you need to run to the other side of that room. And there's a wall you need to do that Thief Percept skill on to get through. If you don't cross that room fast enough, you'll die. So as soon as you get up there, just as soon as you get into that room, pop your Phantom Sprint, run straight across it, spamming your Percept so you run right through the other side. And then when you get to the other side, there will be a door you can unlock for us. Does that make sense? If so, you can go ahead and do it. I have full confidence in you. So just remember, use your thief skill to sprint. And so for all the rest of us, we'll be waiting on this side. And then, like I said, we'll be waiting by this door. When he comes through on the other side, just like that, he'll come through, he percepted it, and we can grab our chest. So you'll grab your chest, you'll get your Sanguinite. And nice job on that. Okay, so then we'll just walk through the rest of this quick so everyone's aware. There's an orb, don't get hit by it. Okay, so the last set of traps you need to worry about, Jimmy, we'll pull these mobs, and after these mobs are pulled, there will be an orb right there. So there's that orb. Oh, Jimmy died. Oh, he died. Okay, hang on. I think he's back here then. I just saw the door open, and I was like, oh, he must have...
Pro tip for everyone, once they percept the door on the other side of the wall, you can open the door down here from the outside.
He's back here. If I can come back here to it.
Yeah, them percepting that wall is what actually puts the interactive spot on the door, and you can hit that from anywhere.
Oh, cool. Did not know that. I thought he had to open it, but perfect.
Nope.
Yeah, so like I said, there's that. So, okay, so he's up, so everyone is good. We all should be 20. So like I said, when we're here, once we've gone through the other side, basically the rest of this is pretty simple, so we don't need to kind of walk through it. But it's going to be effectively... We'll check for traps, we'll float. There will be another set of traps on the other side of the electric floor. After we do... Okay, go ahead, Macy. After we do that, so like I said, we would come here. One of the tanks would pull those mobs right there. Pull the trap control mob, or pull those, the Manicore and stuff. The suspended Geo will go hit the trap orb. If we didn't have a trap on this side of it, there will be a trap on the other side of it. So that would be the next trap you're looking for. After that, if we didn't have a Mega in this corridor, there will be a Mega trap in the next corridor. The way we handle this next Mega trap is everyone will back super duper far up, and a tank will just invuln and run through it. And then there will be another couple sets of traps around the way. But yeah, so that's generally hallways. Once we're done with hallways, we're at boss 2. So, okay, so now what everyone can do is we're going to return. So we'll just use use your regular return skill. You'll say you're abandoning, and then you will head out. And we are going to go help them level. We can jump back up. We will help them level, and once everyone is 20, we will leave, and we will refire. So, nice job, though. Like I said, there's definitely some learning, but... all good, though.
What is that clicking sound I keep hearing?
Everyone left.
I hope my house isn't falling apart.
Okay.
Do I just use return and abandon?
Yes, yeah. So if you are level 20 and you are in there, The people who need to re-level obviously run back, start re-leveling. To re-level, you need to kill 2 to 3 basic fates and 1 CE. And then obviously if you get like your bonuses for
If you're feeling brave
return.
enough,
We hit
you
return
can go
even
and
if we
do-
didn't die.
yes, if you didn't die, return. Yeah, we're just gonna get them re-leveled and then we're just gonna run back in.
Okay.
if you're feeling brave
So-
enough, you can go to the gold farming area and re-level in under 5 minutes.
Yes, you can also, if your group needs a level, that is one way you can also do it. We just all can't do that, which is the tough part.
Oh, hey, look, bots are up.
Yeah, what's up?
I have enough Sanguinite for an armor upgrade, but I realized I left all of it in my saddlebag, so I'm gonna dip out of instance, drop party, take care of that, and then rejoin you guys through Party Finder once you're out.
Okay, sounds good.
You should still be in the party finder when you drop out of instance.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah,
I
I
need to
suppose-
drop
well-
out of the group in order to get back into Occult Crescent to upgrade my gear.
Oh.
Well, you can just upgrade it when we come back in.
Yeah.
I can,
Yeah.
but then I can't glam it.
Yeah, but then you just,
Gotta do it a
then you
third
just
time
have to
then.
look, you know, with whatever random gear
Oh
you
my
have for
God.
a run.
Wait, just grab the glamour piece out of your glamour dresser and have it in your inventory so you can manually glam it.
But yeah, so if you're 19, just make sure you're running around, make sure you're re-leveling.
Spaghetti code.
Hey, Ash.
Yeah, what's up?
I have an FC member who's willing to fill as tank. He's already cleared the fight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I will,
One needed a tank, right? No.
yeah, one can take, or, well, let's see, I'm trying to think of parties. But yeah, both the parties can have it. I'll have them join C, and that would be awesome.
Alright, I'll
So
let...
yeah, I will back
So-
out and throw up the party. So, yeah, so if you're 20 and you're in here and you're doing your thing, like I said, you can run around, you can help them level. Just make sure the 19s are all getting their level stuff done. You can run around, like I said, I think there was a pot fade up that probably got new. So if you got a
Yeah,
pot,
it
go
got
do that.
new.
It's gone.
Yeah, you know, yep.
That stuff never stays up more than a minute.
Okay, perfect.
Ugh.
But yeah, I'm going to back out of here. Who's in my party?
Almost
here?
gotten my level back just from Fates instead of CE.
Ruby, I'm going to leave you in charge because you're still sitting in here. Just make sure that they all are hanging out here, basically. I will leave them in your hands for now.
That's
There
what you
is
should
a
do
CE.
it.
You just
Yeah, I was gonna
yeah.
say the CE should get most people leveled. So,
You see, you
Okay.
should-
Ruby can't hear you.
oh, is he muted? Is he not?
He's
still
in
down there?
the other voice chat still.
Y'all are killing me. Okay, now Ruby's back.
Oh, hi.
Ruby, monitor these people in here. I was talking to you. But monitor
C
these
is
people.
up.
Make sure they get to 20.
The C is up. If you have not already gotten to 20, go ahead and join us at the CE. We can get that going, and that should bring most people that aren't 20 up to 20.
Okay. Otherwise,
Sorry for
just
taking
making sure everyone is 20, Ruby. You can, yeah. I'm just saying we need someone in there just to make sure everything hits 20. Okay.
So,
I needed to relist the party so that you could grab your thing. And
so am I leaving
that-
the
okay.
instance or staying? Or
You're staying.
You can
okay,
you can
I'm
stay.
okay.
Yeah, you're just
Ruby,
staying.
I need you to hold my hand. You killed me from the other side, so
Yeah, I placed a trap under you. Just I need
Yeah.
you up.
you
Hey,
like
Mega,
screwed
yeah.
the mob mid.
And yeah, you
Okay.
said you had a friend that could join. Just have them hop in Alliance C. The party is same password, and if they need a link to the Discord, let me know. I can throw that for you as well. But yeah,
Find the
I'm joining.
password.
It's 8521. Same password.
So we're only doing 2 runs, or are we going to do a potential third
So
run?
we'll do the 2 for sure. We'll see how fast we get through the other stuff. If we have enough time to reasonably do it, we may take a crack at 3. But it'll be time dependent. Because we have a fair bit of people who are fresh or still partial +1s. I want to make sure we are getting our loot and making sure we're getting the Sanguinite out of here because it is important to make sure, you know, you're getting your gear and whatnot.
Yep. So the gear in here is gotten with gold or silver or just the sanguinite?
It's the Sanguinite and the Aether Spun
combination.
Gold. Yeah, it's the Aether Spun Gold item that's a rare drop from all coffers.
Ah.
So you'll have to do some chest farming in the Southern Horn.
Oh. Thank you for pointing that out, Emmy. I did not notice that, but you now have a new leader. There we go. Got a new one now. Like I said, it's mostly just there for doing that.
Yeah, one thing that is nice with the Occult Crescent is that all of the... So basically every time you do anything there, it has a chance to spawn a chest. So like completing Fates, critical engagements, Fort Tower, or just gold farm enemies, all has a varying chance to spawn chests around the island. And those chests are bound to your character, not to the instance. So if you leave and come back into a different instance, all of the chests that were spawned are still there, and you can still go get them. There is a hard cap of 8 silver chests and 30 bronze chests that can be on the island at any given time. So once you have enough jobs mastered that you can get Freelancer's treasure site, you just swap over to that every so often while you're doing stuff, see how many chests are in the area, and if either of those are capped, go run the routes to find them.
Oh, that's the Nick.
Yeah, and then like each chest you open has like a... It's somewhere below 5% chance of dropping an Aether Spun Gold. You need 3 of those to upgrade a single piece of gear to +2, and 60 Sanguinite.
So in total, 15 Aether Spun Gold and 300 Sanguinite.
Yep. A full clear of the tower with all loot will get you 30. So 10 full clears.
Assuming
Yeah.
you do Lockwood right, and the people out in the instance don't each killing the mob.
Yeah, Lockwards gets you another 5 and spawns the solo instance, and then if they kill the or the special mob thing, and then if they kill the special mob, then after Magitar you get another 5 in addition to the usual.
Yep.
So
it's
if you
pretty
screw
nice.
up, if you screw up Lockwards, it's still 20.
Yeah, Lockwards is worth doing, provided you are able to. Sometimes it just depends on timing, but we will go over all that when we get there. Only thing I'll mention while people are re-leveling, so obviously you kind of saw it on the one side, but I'll mention it here. So when you cross those red lines, obviously you're now in a trap zone. You thieves should always be the people in front. We kind of move at the pace the thieves go. Thieves, you have one job. Your job isn't to hit the enemies, your job's not to kill the mobs. The thief and the ranger, you guys kind of just go off on your own, and you kind of just hang together and you find your traps, and your whole job is just to basically do as much as you can to find the traps. The party will kind of filter behind you, killing the stuff as we're pulling it. So don't worry about attacking as the thief and the ranger, your job is just kind of handling traps. The other thing I will note, chemists, you kind of saw it. Your job is also kind of equally there. You're all healers, so you're able to hit from range, but you basically should be staying, you want to leave a lot of space between yourself and the party. That Manticore hit, you want to make sure, obviously, he's pointed in such a way that his cleave's not awkward. You want to keep his cleaves pointed so they're hitting, really apparent. You can outrange it, so be aware of that. But the chemist should always stay super far back because you're kind of our last line of defense for races. So all the chemists should be hanging really far back. Some of you, you might be a scholar or a sage. Ignore your gain on 2. This is the best thing I can say. Just stay super far back. It's a bummer, but it's just kind of what it is. Your goal is to just make sure we get through it without, having any deaths. I know I've been in runs where literally someone's like walked into a mega and murdered the entire side, and the only reason that runs continued is because, you know, we had a chemist standing off in Narnia that was like, oh cool, and could walk up and get everybody up to continue. So
I was the guy
chemist
who ran into
played-
the mega.
Maybe. I've seen a few things of those happen. But yeah, so you know, you just want to make sure you're being extra safe. And if you're being extra safe, everything should be all good.
No, I'm saying I actually was the guy who ran into the mega one time. We skipped the first mob pack in that first room of hallways, and we're just kind of skirting along the wall to go past them, because you can do that. If you don't go too far from the wall, then they don't aggro. Somebody did, when all of us were already past, so I turned around to go help, and I didn't realize that the thief hadn't scanned the room, so I ran straight into the mega trap and wiped the entire side of the raid.
Amazing.
I felt like a dumbass. The funniest one that I've heard about is on bridges on the bomb at the end. There was a point where it spawned the ads, the tank started pulling it to the other side, but somebody else was running Berserker, so they just followed the boss directly straight into the supermine.
So to see the treasures as the freelance, you need to have 9 jobs mastered, correct?
Yeah. And it doesn't tell you where the treasures are, but it does tell you how many of them there are. So you can use that to kind of check it every so often, and if it's either at 8 silver or 30 cop or 30 bronze, I can get you a map that shows the locations of all of them and a good route to go get them. Let me grab that.
One thing I'll mention, if you are currently still in the instance, but you are now level 20, it looks like everyone should be more or less out. We're just waiting on a handful of people. If you're 20, you can back out of the instance. It looks like we just have a handful of people still in there, so back out and we will roll back in.
Okay.
So yeah, once you're 20, back out. It looks like we're just waiting on 2 people. And yeah, once everyone is out, we will be good to go. So perfect. All right, we're gonna refire this. Oh. Once I take us out of Party Finder, we're gonna do that. Then we will re-go. Okay. Person doesn't meet the requirements, someone's on a botanist or something. Yep, okay.
Oh, let me switch my job. Oh, I can't right now. I'll do it.
All right, we'll hit the ready check and then we'll go. Okay. Those last 2 are ready. We will go in there. Okay. It's Kodiak and Forby. Whenever you guys are ready. Okay. And yeah. Oh, one other thing worth mentioning. Macy mentioned it in that video. Make sure time mages on that side The Manticore, you always want to make sure you slow every pack the second it's pulled.
Yeah, the Manticore was slowed.
It's slow, yeah.
Yeah, well, he got slowed
slowed.
right as he finished Right Hammer, so I'm guessing it looks like he got slowed after Right Hammer, and so it had already snapped the speed on both of them. Because the hammer cast is a double cast. Ocean, let me know when you're good.
I'm good.
Okay. Away we go. Yeah, no, I saw he got slowed. Yeah, I'll just mention that for everybody, for everybody's knowledge. Make sure, I've time maged this before. Best thing I can tell you from my experience, don't trust your first slow with the pack. Always target the Manticore or the Moth, because they're the two big important guys. Always throw a slow at them once, and then you can literally throw a second slow at them to make sure you hit any of the residual little guys. They're not as important, but the Manticore and Moth, the first GCD you throw should always be a slow. And they're just little things. Like I said, we've got a fair bit of people that are fresh, still learning. So those mistakes happen. They're not a huge deal.
On the plus side, we did beat the first boss on the first try, so that's always good.
Right, we got through the first boss. We're getting there. We're almost to Dead Stars, so we'll go over that. Like I said, you will see plenty of mistakes. Those things will happen.
We literally wiped to a surprise mechanic from a trash mob. It's no big deal.
Well, every one of them is just, every one of them is just a chance to learn something, right? A lot of what this place does is you're just kind of going to be seeing different things, and you're just going to kind of be learning from them. So, do your best to, take what you see and learn from it. The only other thing I'll point out that I know I mentioned on the side I was on, and I'm guessing Avark mentioned it as well, but the mega traps, they are big. So, there's only a couple spots they're going to be. The way we handle megas in all instances, whether it's the first time we see it, the second time we see it, or the third, megas will always be handled one of two ways. If it's safe to do so, everyone is going to back super far up. One tank will run up, invuln, and run through it. If it is not safe to do that, for whatever reason, as is the case with the first mega you see in the instance, because that mega is there and because we're fighting stuff, be careful and just walk around it. Those are the only two ways we handle megas. When we get to bridges, there are two megas, for example. We will not be touching either of those megas. We will ignore them. We have some strict rules for how we're going to handle bridges to make sure that we get through those without any issues, right? There's a very strict rule I have on bridges: 0 gap closers. I don't want to see anybody doing any kind of weird cartwheels, flips, none of it. Pause, stay on the floor. Do not go up into the sky for any reason. Because I've seen too many, I've seen random things where, obviously we have a couple Dragoons, you're fine to jump, but if you jump, for the love of God, be inside the hitbox of the thing you're jumping on. You don't want to risk anything on bridges. We literally watched a run yesterday where someone auto-ran into a mega and killed an entire side of the bridge, and thankfully one of the chems was AFK in the fire at the back of the bridge and was able to run forward and raise all of them, and they didn't clip the other side. But you always want to be very careful with the moves you do. We also watched an almost mistake where a berserker popped berserk on the bridge. That's another one. Do not berserk when you're on the bridge. Because we watched a berserker chase Mom Bomb and literally almost run through a mine. Almost run through the mega and kill us all.
Oh, I've seen that actually happen, not even an almost.
Yeah, so there's just little things that you'll pick up as we do it that aren't a big deal. They're not a bad thing. There's just little things you'll kind of pick up on. And, between us, we have a lot of people who've done this and done different to varying degrees. There's a lot of experience here, and we'll make sure you're getting the tips you need to make sure that you're, getting through it. there's a lot of little things. I have a handful of them for the second boss, for little things that will be helpful.
Yeah.
Um,
There's also a lot of things like the no gap closers on bridges, no knockback immunity on Demon Tablet that are very important to keep in mind at the beginning when you are learning the fight. Once you know the fight and you know what's coming up, you will know when it's safe to do that. But in the beginning, when you don't know, it's better to just say, don't do it at all, figure that out later.
Exactly. Exactly. The goal is basically just being safe. As long as we're being safe, everything kind of works the way you need it to. So it's just a matter of being as safe as we can. I mentioned it before. If all the chems can come to the middle to get your marks, I would appreciate that. We won't do all the other stuff because all the rolls are the same, but at least getting the chems to the middle so they can get marked is a good thing. But yeah, like I said, Demon Tablet, not a super hard encounter. There's just a couple little things you kind of have to see a couple times to do it. Luckily, we didn't have any weird meteors, so that was good. The thing is lit up, so once again, throw your thing into the goblet. We will go from there. We now have 46 people with us, so I'll be keeping an eye for that. Okay, perfect. We got our 46, so we're all good there.
We have a DC.
Hopefully they get back in the next couple minutes.
I don't even think he's in the circle.
Well,
you can't rescue him. He's DCing. He's on the bird. He's literally DCing on the bird.
Oh no, the tank over there?
He's a tank samurai, so not. Yeah,
okay, it looks like he's out, so he should have like 3 minutes to get back in.
Yeah. Got a little
spaghetti code.
Oh, yes, and we will
have ready to leave, and I'm like,
Yes, and that was a good mention as well. Avark's gonna go as a 7th chem on this run, so he's gonna be there, so make sure you also mark him with something. He's gonna run as a 7th chem for safety. And then eventually
we only have 45 ciphers in.
Yeah, we did have 46 when it kicked him. It obviously took the cipher out, so once he's back, he can throw it.
Yeah.
Will it give it back to me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, if
that would have been
cipher-
trash if you had to pay a second cipher.
Yeah.
That
If
would
your
suck. I mean,
cipher-
I have a whole bunch more, but still.
Yeah, if your cipher is not consumed to go into the raid for any reason, then it refunds it to you. Even if that's like too many people signed up and then you didn't get picked, it just gives them all back.
Gotcha.
Cool.
Thank you.
Yep, hopefully you're able to load back in quick and
Yeah, I'm here.
run and throw it there. Okay, perfect. Oh, yep, there you are. Okay, now we're up to 46 again.
Welcome back.
And yes, if all the chems can be in the middle, like I said, there should be 7 of them. If you're not a chem, if you could leave the middle, that would be appreciated. Okay, so...
So I just
6
have a
of
habit
you
of
guys.
bouncing around.
Elena, you're not a chemist. Get out of the middle. And like I said, Avark's also on a chemist, but so if you see him around, you can mark him with something. But I don't know where he is right now.
Oh. Okay. That's why markers aren't happening for 3 party. The Zerker tank who was supposed to be our party lead is not here. So
Yeah,
I'm just kind of sitting here just like, why isn't anybody marking? What is the party lead doing?
Best thing I will say, best practice for the chems is usually you're all standing in a circle together. Best practice is just the chems all mark each other. That's usually the best approach, just because you're all kind of standing there anyway.
Another thing that
And make sure
be,
you're wiggling so you don't get kicked.
another thing that can be done while waiting for like the platform to light up at the start is to also do the fate, which will cut down the timer by 1 minute.
Yeah, you can do that. Usually it just kind of goes. Like I said, once we're working through, like tomorrow when we're working through, tomorrow when we are working through more of, depending on how far we see within Dead Stars today, I have a few little exercises that I've seen people, like groups do, to kind of help solidify what you're doing within Dead Stars. I'll be frank with you, Dead Stars is the biggest wall for almost every group on the planet. It's the thing that most groups wipe to. It's not a super difficult fight, but it has enough nuance that it can get a little bit hairy. Make sure that you are on the platform, and you'll be all good. So, honestly speaking, if you were to look at this place from how difficult is each part, realistically, Marble Dragon should be the second boss, and Dead Star should probably be the third from a difficulty perspective.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Like, I think, like, Marble Dragon is not... he certainly has his punishing things, but he's just a little bit less...
Yeah. The big thing about Marble Dragon is just very snappy movement. You don't have time to stand around.
He's quick, but once you know the movements, he's pretty simple. So...
Yeah. All in all, in terms of mechanical complexity, I'd say that this place is about on par with like a low to mid-tier extreme trial. The big catch is just the res limit, so you get to the point where it's like, okay, you need to do all of this prep work to get into a raid to go for 40 minutes to get 2 attempts against a boss.
Yeah, exactly.
So you don't really have much room for practice. You just kind of have to bash your head into the entire raid until you figure it out.
Okay, so Knights, make sure you've prayed, otherwise get the markers up. If you have any questions from the last time, throw them out there, otherwise we can start running ready checks and we will be good to go. Like I said, if you have meteors, just for everyone who didn't get them, you see this little like dark part of the platform here? Like this dark pile? This is where you want to drop your meteors. If you get a meteor, whether you're knocking back first or you're going far right away, you always want them on this. The other thing I will mention, because y'all should be able to see Carby, so I can throw them up there. When you are doing your stacks on the meteor side, do not try to run all the way and don't try to hug Demon Wall. Because if the people in the back are, trying to run, they may have a little bit of, difficulty trying to get there, right? So what you're looking to do is you're looking to depending on if you have your 1, 2, 3s down correctly, you're looking to be about halfway between your 1, 3 marker or your AC marker and Demon Tablet. You don't need to be, you don't need to be hugging him. You need to be close enough that it's going to lob you over him. So definitely close to him, but make sure you leave enough range so that the meteors can get to you. Other thing I'll say is, because there's not a whole lot of mechanics that necessitate sprint in this first half of the fight, when Meteors is getting ready, just make sure you hold sprint for it. It will be invaluable if you get stuck on the back wall to make sure you're able to get there. Otherwise, this same spot back here, for the people who are on the non-Meteor side, the 2 stacks, you also want to put yourselves back here. You want to make sure you're far enough back that, if you're standing, say, back here, I'm a stack and I'm on this part of the wall, when it lobs me, it's going to lob, it's going to lob me in the crowd, but we're not going to be anywhere near Demon Wall. Everything is about safety with this. Otherwise, we'll toss some ready checks, and if everyone is good, we will get this rolling. Also, remember to check your food. Make sure you've eaten some food and done all that stuff. And we'll be all good.
Nope.
Okay. We got A ready, we got 1 ready, we got 2 ready, we got C ready. We're waiting on B and 3. So whenever B and 3 are ready, we will be good to go. Okay, B is ready. And 3 is ready. Okay, perfect. We will go at 26 even. We'll pull at 26 even.
Wait, did someone just say they'll be right back in 15 minutes?
No, ignore him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can ignore him. Okay, dancers, you can start dancing now. Okay. LB2s. L1s. And pull. Remember, this starts with a big hit. Starts with a big hit. Make sure you hit it. Get ready to cross. Do the first thing. Cross, get away from the boss. Cross away from the boss. Alright, move again. Cross, get away from the boss. Away from the boss. Perfect. Tanks are going to stack up. All the tanks that have hate stack up. And the berserkers will be doing their thing. You'll invuln. Invuln the buster. Alright. Letters get ready to cross. Letters cross and knock back. Thick white line. Knock back, thick white line. Letters are crossing. Knock back. Your towers. Nice job. Going to the left. Going to the left. After this, we will get behind and we will go to the left. So be at the 3 marker. Behind, to the left. Be at the 3 marker. We will spread out for meteors. We've spread for meteors. Meteors cross away from the boss. Meteors cross away from the boss. Point your arrows at the boss. Make sure there's at least 4 in these stacks. Get knocked across Demon Tablet if you're on the meteor side. Nice job, get out of the puddle. Out of the puddle. Nice job. Right. Get to his right. Get to his right. After this, we are going to stay at 3. We're going to stay at 3. Stay at 3. Stay at 3. He's going to go up in the air. Time mages, you'll get ready to dispel when the ads happen, and letters will be crossing. Letters cross. Get ready to do ads. Time mages, be ready to dispel the middle ad. Alright, kill the ads. Time mages dispel. Kill the ads, then back on Demon Tab.
This ad break is brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends.
Okay. Alright. It's gonna summon the little gargoyle dude, so we'll see that, we'll see your safe spot, and then we'll deal with towers. Alright, front right will be safe at the end of this. Front right will be safe. Numbers are crossing. Numbers cross. Get away from the boss. Numbers are floating after. So get away from the boss. Away from the boss. Numbers float. Cover towers. float, cover towers. Front right is safe after the towers. Front right. Get to the front right. Hang out here. Verticals. Alright, watch for his rotation. Go left, left, left. Write your A marker. And then we will get behind him after. Get behind him. And we're staying left, so stay at C. Stay at C. And kill him so we don't have to look at meteors. You have a pot up or something else. Murder him hard. And don't worry about this mechanic, just kill him. Alright, nice job. Much cleaner than the first time. Don't worry about those, you are just going to be stuck having that over you for the next, like, 10 seconds. Just, yeah. You're just going to have that going on for a while. Don't worry about it, we'll not throw you. Anyway.
Walk up here, suddenly explode back over the ledge.
Okay, so remember to grab your coffers, they are personal. If you were in party 1, 2, or 3, we are moving down a channel. Make sure you move down a channel. Otherwise, last thing I'll say, make sure you keep chemists stay super far back. And make sure you try to keep that manticore pointed in a straight way so people can follow. And they can dodge the things easy, and time mages slow a whole bunch.
I am just glad I managed to do the meteor stack marker right. That was the first time I got it.
First room, this first section, if there's not here, it's going to be in front of the stairwell. It'll be up by the door. Okay, so we'll ranger clear that. Jimmy, you can go ahead, pull that boss. Get a slow on it right away. So pull the boss, get a slow on it. Jimmy, find the mega in that room, and there shouldn't be another trap. So find the mega. Slow on the manticore, please. Thank you. Then you can come back with us, Jimmy, and just dodge. Yep. Left hammer, be on the right side of the manticore. Be ready to cross as soon as this goes off. Cross. Dispel on the scarab when it does its night attack. Or Rhino Guard. So as soon as that finishes, we'll get a dispel on him. Dispel the scarab. And kill the scarab. Okay, so now Jimmy, you'll come with me here. So the next possible trap is right in front of this door, but it shouldn't be here because we had one in the room before. So traps always happen in pairs, so there will either be one in front of the door or in front of this door. One of the two. So we do that. After this, you guys can pull those mobs. I'm going to float and go and turn off this thing. After this is done, Jimmy, you can go find the next trap, which will be either at the front or back of that little room in front of us. So make sure those are slowed, so you can keep moving forward. And there should be either a trap at the start of this room, so start like looking now. It's right there. We can get a ranger clear on that. Up here, perfect, thank you. And like I said, you guys can kind of just stick together for the most part, the two of you, so we'll come up here and just keep dispelling away. There's the other possibility for a trap in this case would have been at the top of these stairs, but because we saw one at the bottom, you won't see it. So traps always kind of come in pairs if you look at the picture. Respect the silence orb because it's a jerk. And we will be going to the left. We'll be going to the left. Okay, so when we come to the left, there's going to be a secret door and possibly a trap up here to the left. You can range pull that Akamoth. Just get a slow on him, please. Okay, you can clear that trap. Perfect. And we'll keep going after we kill these. So you can move ahead, Jimmy, and you can clear that door. There shouldn't be another trap there, but double check. The next trap would be in front of this door all the way up that you need to unlock. If there is one, it's probably not because you had the one in front of your other door. There should only be one. So you can open that door, and we'll all come this way. Okay, and then we'll go in here, and we'll either go left or right, and then you'll do the same thing regardless of direction. So you just are going to dispel that door. There's no traps in here. Once we've crossed that red line, we are in a trap-free zone again. Remember to always slow mobs right away. Always, or just one-shot them, that also works.
Feels so good when you get that one shot.
It really does. Okay, so we kill these guys, and then you'll check this door for us, Jimmy. If you're
Death is the best CC.
So you'll do your thing over here, Jimmy, if you can. Over by the door, perfect. We have the coffer, so we're good again. So we don't have to go the other way. This room can sometimes be empty. If it is empty, we just go back the other way. We kill the other mob on the other side, and then the chest will be on the other side. Okay, so the next thing we're going to see is we're going to be running ahead. Once we pass that first door, so if you want to come up here with me, Jimmy, we'll go this way. And as you get comfortable with it, I have full faith and confidence in you. You'll be able to like run ahead and do these things, but we're just kind of slow rolling it so you can learn all the paths and whatnot. So don't run too far ahead. Start percepting once you cross this door. There could be a trap up here. Potentially, if there's not. Okay. So we are fine there. We'll grab these mobs and then check that door for us. Check that doorway. Don't go into it, just check to see if there's a trap there. Watch out for the orb. Okay, perfect. And then you can go back and you can do your thief room. Now, if you would like. That room back there, you're free to go do that. Just remember, you know, you want to sprint and percept as fast as you can to do that. So you're free to do that. Everyone else, I want you to move back now. We're going to back up. Back super duper far, all the way to the door.
Kill the enemies.
Come back to this path. Yeah, you can kill these guys if we run, but... Okay, and then I want one tank. Bell, I'm going to have you do it. So Bell's going to do it, so back up. Just pop home gang and run through that trap for me. Right now. Perfect. Okay, and now we all go.
Night Pledge will also work for that.
Yeah, we can do Night Pledge, we can do any type of involve. Okay, so now while we're waiting for Jimmy to do his thing, we're just going to hang out here. Can you range pull that, or well, we'll just wait for him actually. We'll wait for him so he can see this part, because there might be a trap on the other side. Okay, he got the door open, so we are good. Nice job. Everyone come in here, grab your spoil. And yes,
Did
you
you get
can
battle
fish
high
for
from
that.
the boss?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
That's why Macy was cussing, because Macy's not allowed to battle high. Okay, so Jimmy, you want to check in front of this lightning floor? There's possibility of a trap. Ranger can also blind fish for this trap because it can never be a mega. So you can just start throwing your hawk around in front of that lightning and you might catch the trap. Just do it when it's safe. In this case,
Also,
we'll pull these mobs.
Could I make one quick note about the thief room?
Sure, go ahead.
If you are not the thief and you're coming up on this side, do not run straight up to the door. It is possible that there's a trap there and you can kill it yourself on it.
Yes. Yes.
Wait for the thief to come out and percept the spot, and
yeah,
if
the
it's
only
clear,
reason
then
I
go
didn't
through.
mention that trap is because we got the trap in front of the one room. So
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, but so we are good to pull these. I'll go hit the button. Watch out for the green orb. It's coming, but you can't see it. All right, because we had a trap in the front half.
Left hammer, he's at a weird angle.
Left hammer, make sure you're close to it or super duper far away. It can go through walls. Cross. Right hammer. That's okay, just make sure it dies. That's alright, get them up. Yeah, so one thing about tanking the manticores, whoever is tanking manticores, you always want to keep them in like an open spot like this, where I'm standing here. And you always want to kind of point them like I'm looking right now, so that there's a very clear, distinct half. Or you could keep them like this, but ideally you want to point them towards the party, so that they always get the one half. Okay, so next set of traps to explain this. So Jimmy, the next traps you'll have to do are right here. So you'll keep percepting. There could be a trap right here if there wasn't one on the other side of the lightning floor. Right here in this little hallway, you percept here. There could be a mega here. If it wasn't in the first spot, it'll be there. Pull these guys and aim them towards the party, like keep them in the center of that little hallway section. There will be a trap up here next, Jimmy, so you'll find that. Slow these, please. Slows on them right away. Slows on the manticore. Slow on the manticore. Slow on the manticore. Thank you. All right.
Left hammer, he's at a weird angle again.
Yep,
Oh, wait,
left
no, he's
hammer.
not.
You can outrange it too. He's fine. Left hammer, cross or be far away. Cross now.
Bart incoming.
Oh, yep, here comes the orb. Okay, perfect. So after this, Jimmy, you'll check. There should be another trap somewhere up in that little section that we just cleared. So after we kill this, you can go fish for that. So everyone stay back. Let Jimmy do his thing. Once those are pulled, you are free to like investigate this area. So if you come up here, check. There will be one like little trap in this area. Potentially. There it is. Okay. So there's one trap in this line. Then we'll come over here and we'll press this button. And we did win the race. So good job. So we press this button and we hang out. Next thing that can be done, Leon, if you come over here where I'm standing, if you see that door, you can throw your bird down in front of that door and try to fish for traps. There's a chance there's a trap down there, and you might be able to hit it. So you can just kind of throw your bird and see if you can hunt it down. Otherwise, we will just hang out here, and we will just wait. Because I'm not seeing the trap there. Try throwing it at the closer to the circle part of the bridge, like right in front of us. Like down, if I can aim it, down there where the A is. Like on that line where the A is. Perfect. There you go.
Hey.
So there's gonna always be one trap right there. So that was real nice. So there's always gonna be one trap right there. And then there is a possible trap in front of that door. That trap is linked to something that Letters is doing. There's a possibility there's a trap in there.
Yeah, it's like that's one of the weird groupings that covers that spot and then also some spot on both of the hallways.
Yeah. So if you look at the picture in the hallways channel, there's a picture of the traps. All the traps are color coded, and there will always be one trap with each color on the side. So like you can see, yeah, I was gonna say the other group's probably just taking their time. I know they also have a new thief on their side, so both thieves are learning. So I'm sure, and obviously they didn't get a chance to do it because of the other stuff. So because of that, I'm sure they're just taking a little bit of time, and that's okay. We should see them here in a minute. We're just hanging out down here, mainly so we don't all jump up there and make a bunch of noise and distract them. So we just kind of hang out here until we see them. If something happened, Avark would jump down like he did before. So, but yeah, so that's hallways. So now we're at the second boss. We'll do some stuff. So just wiggle, hang out. Yeah, good job. Nice work. Like I said, okay, yeah, they're there. So yeah, hallways is not super difficult. The biggest thing with hallways is you just want to be very safe with what you're doing. So you just want to be super safe with what you're doing, and if you are super safe in hallways, it kind of just becomes a boring little non-issue. So yeah, so once they hit their button, this will drop. Jimmy, your job, along with the other thief's job, is once this drops, we stay behind you and you double check to make sure there's not a trap inside inside that door. So when we drop down, we already fished out the trap, so we're good down there. And we can all head up now to main as well. So everyone jump up back. Behind the thieves for a second. We've already fished out the first trap, but there could be a trap.
There's the second one there.
God damn it.
To be fair, I warned you, you just didn't listen.
I forgot there was another on the other side of the door. That's on me.
I was
so
that
that trap,
one by the door.
yeah, so that trap can either show up. Basically, that trap is linked to a trap on Letter's side, so that can be done. But okay, so now we're at Dead Stars. These three clowns, I'm going to do a little bit of an explanation. I will post some markers so people can start putting those up, and then I'll explain a few little things about what this is. So just make sure you're moving in the meantime, so we can kind of do it. I have a few little tips and tricks that should help us get through this easier. So we'll kind of handle this. But those are your markers for anyone in the party who wants to put them up. You can see they all correspond to the star in the room. A1, C, and 3 are on the cardinals, and the other ones are on the inner cards. So there's nothing super duper special there. And that's kind of how that works. So you get your markers down. And Dead Stars. So Dead Stars consists of these three homies. When we pull them, you're going to be able to hit them for the first like 3 GCDs. So when we open, we're going to open with LBs. After we've hit them, you get 3 GCDs to cleave them. After that's done, they are going to jump. The green guy is going to jump to the southwest, the purple guy is going to jump to the southeast, and the red guy is going to jump straight north. If you are in party A or 1, so if you were on the red markers in Demon Tablet, you are fighting the green guy. We will go to this green guy over in the southwest. If you are in B or 2, you'll be attacking the red guy, and if you are in C or 3, you'll be attacking the purple guy. That is very important. When they jump, they're going to do a big point-blank AoE. You can only get hit by one of those, and when it hits you, it's going to give you a debuff that tethers you to that mob so you can't do any damage to it. Or that you can't do any damage to any of the other guys, rather. And that's going to force your mob for the rest of the encounter. So you want to make sure you stick with your party. After that happens, there's going to be a couple other little things that are going to go down. He's going to tank buster. And we'll assign some main tanks here for these 3 mobs in a second, once I'm kind of done with this initial gist piece. Those tanks need to just point that away from the party, point it outside. And the party will just kind of be hanging mid. They're all going to jump to the mid. They're going to start 3 body problem. 3 body problem, 2 of them are going to do a point blank AoE around them, 1 of them will not. That'll be the one we're going to be hitting. For safety's sake, just max melee all 3 of them. I'll call which, like, I'm not going to call which one is safe. I can tell you the order. It's going to be green, purple, then red, but it doesn't really matter. Just max melee it. You'll see the AoE on the ground. Just make sure you're not in it. The first guy is slimes. The way slimes work, if you've ever done DRS, slimes are basically Trinity Avowed, except a little bit less convoluted. Basically, he's going to put a debuff on you. You will either have a stack of 1, 2, 3, and that debuff will either be red or purple. The other 2 goons are going to turn into slimes. One's going to be red, one's going to be blue. And effectively, you need to just get hit by the right number of the opposite color. Every time you get hit by a color, it adds a stack or takes it away. And the 2 offset. So if, say, you started and you had 2 blue, you need to get hit by red twice and then dodge them twice. I will call none of that mechanic except for the last hit. I will call the last safe spot, which will always be a cardinal because there will always be a cardinal safe. And that just means the 2 inner cards on that side are also not getting hit. The slimes always jump from inner cards to inner cards. The best way I can advise you to handle this mechanic for the least amount of pain, when the mechanic starts, the first slimes will telegraph, immediately go stand in the first thing that you need to get hit by. From there, watch the slimes jumping around the room in their telegraphs and make note of what markers they are jumping to. So say I have 2 blue and red is starting at D. I'm going to go down here, I'm going to stand at D. And when I'm standing at the D marker, I'm now in 1. And then let's say I see red is at 2 next. The next jump goes to 2. And then let's say 2 doesn't get hit again, and then 1 is safe. I know at that point I need to stand at D for 1 hit, get hit, sprint and run to 2, get hit again, stay at 2 because I don't want to get hit by either color, and then go to whatever gets called for safe. So it is a very personal mechanic. You need to just watch what you're doing. If you mess up at any point in time and you have a color at the end of the mechanic, the raid wide he casts will one-shot. So you're just gonna die. If you die and you get a res at any point in time during that mechanic, like say you mess up the first slime and you die instantly, get raises on those people. Do not take those raises until I tell you to take those raises, because if you take them, it's just gonna kill you again. And immediately after, if you take it late enough, you're probably going to get hit again and you're probably going to die twice if you die and you take the raise. So don't take the raise until after we're done with that mechanic. That's the first kind of gist of this. After we do that, they're going to jump back. You're going to go back to your bosses. They'll be in the same spots they were at the start. They're going to do a real big raid wide. That's 3 really big hits. So emit the heck out of it because it hurts. After emit some stuff, we're going to go into the next point. There's going to be a party stack. Just point the party stacks out of the arena so that they don't hit anybody. And then they're going to do another 3 body problem when we get to snowball. Snowball, if you looked at the thing, the best way I can describe Snowball is there's 2 snowballs that will spawn. One will spawn at A, one will spawn kind of down by 2. If you are in the numbers party, the snowball that spawns at 2 is your snowball. If you are in letters, the A snowball is your snowball. It's going to telegraph 3 dashes, 3 wild charges. A tank needs to be in front. The first dash that both snowballs do are getting covered by A and 1. So 1 is going to intercept the first dash of the snowball that's south. A is going to intercept the first dash of the snowball that started north. B and 2, next dash. You guys are doing that next. Third dash is C and 3. After that's done, they're going to settle directly across from each other, and 2 people are going to get a tether to a snowball. If you get a tether, you need to stretch your tether like every other mechanic we've seen in this fight, in every fight we've done in this game. You're going to have to stretch your tether, and you need to get it to the wall. There's a knockback, so you're going to ride that knockback, and you need to knock back away from the one you're tethered to. Everyone else, you're knocking back on a simple numbers to numbers, letters to letters. One snowball will be sitting on a number, one snowball will be sitting on the letter side. Knock back to what matches your thing. Okay. The caveat to these snowballs, if they do not hit 4 people at every step, they are impossible to kill. They need to hit 4 people. Once they have come to a rest, burn them. For the interest of Prague, just save your set of 2s that come up and just save your 2s to burn them into the snowball. The check in this isn't super duper tight. If we save our 2s, the snowball should die pretty fast and easy. Hopefully that all kind of made sense, but this is kind of the first big wall. One thing I will say about the snowballs, their proxy is very, very mean. So mid it hard and be ready to run and get as close to the death wall as you can, stacked with the group. Shield healers, mitt the heck out of it. Just make sure you get together, and once again, if you have a tether, far stretch it. Once snowballs are dead, we go back, we do another random big 3 hits, does another tank bustery type mechanic. I'll just call that, just go according to what's called. It's not super tough. And then we get fire towers. Fire towers are probably the only other mechanic in here, and make sure you're wiggling too as well if you haven't been. Fire towers are the thing that most people end up getting walled at in this place. The way fire towers work is effectively, say you have a tower right here, right? The way fire tower works is it does 3 hits. Those 3 hits are tank busters. So 1 tank needs to be standing in that tower. They need to basically kitchen sink the first hit with your knight skill and everything you basically have for it. Kitchen sink it, and then as soon as the first hit connects, pop your invuln to eat the second and third. Healers, you need to be on the side of that tower. So, if there was a tower, if there was, say a tower was at 1 for good, and 1 actually works because a tower does spawn right here potentially. So let's just say a tower spawns right here. The way this will look, healers, you want to be standing on the side of this. So the towers can only spawn on these little spokes you see me running up and down. The towers will always spawn on these spokes. The way we handle this mechanic at the start, all of the numbers will come to 1, all of the letters will go to A. And you are going to watch for the rotation of the arrows. The arrows always rotate counterclockwise, so you don't need to worry about them doing something cheeky. They're always going counterclockwise. And you're going to see them doing one of 2 things. They're either going to spawn kind of over by 3-ish, and they're going to head towards the 3-2 line over here. They're going to spawn kind of over here, they're going to head towards 1, or they're going to spawn on 1, and they're going to head towards CD, 3-4. They always will be opposite of each other. Yeah, we'll discuss that. So the way we're going to do that, basically healers, the best thing I can say for you, always stand, if you see this little tan part, like this tan triangle I'm in, all the healers need to be on these tan triangles at all times during towers. The DPS, you're on this line. That line I said they're going to spawn on, you're on this line towards the wall. So towards the death wall. And you want to be on this towards the death wall. The tanks, you're going to be standing towards the middle of the room, towards the center, and you're all kind of going to be clown card together, and then the tanks handling towers, obviously, in the tower. The tower will cleave 3 times, once randomly at a healer and a DPS. If you get hit by 2 cleaves, you're going to die. So those cleaves need to be... That's why all the DPS need to be moving very quickly. Do not greed that mechanic. Get to the spot, stay there. Healers, get to your spot and stay there. When you start seeing the rotation and it's called, drop everything you're doing and get to safety. If you are late, you could just kill everybody and it will wipe us. After we do 3 tank buster hits, I'm going to call for a stack on DPS. Every tank, healer, everyone on that side will go and stack on the DPS, and we're going to do a slow Mario Kart around the boss, or around the thing. So we'll be here, drop the first puddle, slow Mario Kart around the tower. By the time we get to about here, there'll be a line stack. We'll eat that line stack together on each side, and then at that point, the healers can just stay here. The tanks go back to your tank spots and get ready immediately to jump into the tower, and all the DPS need to be back on your little line. We do that, and we're DPSing down the fireball towers as they're going, and that's the whole fight. So there's a lot happening, but it's really 3 big mechanics. If that felt like a lot, that's okay. We'll work through it. As far as chemsacks are concerned, Avark, I'm just going to have you chemsack for snowballs to start. I think that makes the most sense. So at the start of snowballs, because your group has 8 in it anyway, I'll just have you chemsack. When he dies, he should have a triangle on his head. He's going to be dead somewhere down here by 1. Just make sure he has a raise at the start of snowballs, and he will just be sitting on that raise. Make sure it doesn't fall off of him. And yeah, otherwise, we will just give it our best. So first things first, I want everyone behind the purple line. Everyone come behind the purple line.
Real quick, you mind if I talk about tank mitt on fire towers?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so
but also,
if
behind the purple line.
Yeah.
For me.
So if you are a knight tank and you are not one of the assigned main tanks for one of the bosses, you can take both parts of the fire tower yourself. Pledge the first hit, or no, not pledge, guard the first hit, then pledge the second and third. Then on the second set of fire towers, kitchen sink the first hit, invuln the second and third. That will cover all 6 hits with your full mitt rotation, and you'll be fine. If you are not a knight, you can still take one or the other, but not both. And if you are a knight, but you are one of the main tanks for the bosses, you are going to have to use your guard for the tank buster right before fire towers happens, and you won't have it available for fire towers. So we have to coordinate around that to determine who's going to be taking which set, and just make sure we have at least one person there. If you ever think that it looks like there's somebody isn't there, just jump in, throw your mitts, and pray.
Exactly. The tower needs
it's better
to
have. Yeah, it's better to have too many people in the tower than not enough.
Yeah, and what I will say about it is the general rule of thumb, because A, B, and C are separated from 1, 2, and 3. Try to make sure, because we should have enough tanks on each side. Just make sure you are very ready and watching. If you don't see someone in there, make sure to jump in and cover it.
The other thing I will note. The other thing I will note is the cone tank busters that the bosses use on this. They hurt. They really hurt. If you don't know this fight, they hurt way more than you think they will. I had to pull off the boss because our knight died one time. The boss used a tank buster on me. I had a 40%, a 20%, and a sage shield from full health and died instantly. You have to use guard on that or it will kill you.
Okay, so last thing, just so we can get some pull in. Fight's like 6 minutes, so we're just going to run this quick. I need 3 tanks. 1 tank from A1, 1 tank from B2, and 1 tank from C3 to step across the purple line. Those will be your main tanks for this encounter. Everyone else stay behind the purple line, please. So I just need an A1 tank. 1 A1 tank. Just run out there and jump for me so I know you know who you are. Okay, Bell's doing that. I need a B2 tank. Just one B2 tank. Just run out there and jump so I know who you are. Okay, that is you. Perfect. And one C3 tank. Okay, perfect. That's Dendrago. You three have tank stance on. Everybody else tank stance off. That is the kind of gist of this. You will each be responsible for holding your one boss and doing your thing. Once again, tank buster hurts. So, if you are ready, cross the purple line. We're not going to bother worrying about screaming ready checks. We're just going to use the purple line. So if you're ready, cross the purple line, and we will get this rolling. I know it was a lot. Do your best. Just listen to calls, and we'll be all good. Okay, perfect. All right. We will pull at 12:45. 12:45. So dancers can start. LB2s nowish. LB1s. And pull. Pull them all together. Pull them all together. 3 hits. Then you'll go to your assigned mob. Go to your assigned mob, get close to him. Heavy mitt. Heavy mitt. Burn your mob. If you are tethered to something that is not the one you're hitting, go towards the one you are hitting. Go towards the one you're tethered to. This is the tank buster. They're going to jump to the middle. Max melee on the 3. It's going to be slimes. Everyone will be hitting green now. Everyone is hitting green. Everyone's hitting green. Small mid on this first hit. Just like a soil and regular shield. And it's slimes. Personal mechanic. Get hit by enough things to cleanse your debuff, and then dodge. Look at your colors. Start following the slimes around. One will be safe at the end. One will be safe at the end. Nice job. If you die, do not take your raise right away. Get some mid out for Noxious Nova. These 2 goons are going to jump after they get blasted out of their little slimes. Raise your friends if they're dead. Don't take the raises yet. Don't take the raises yet. Watch them jump. We're going to head to A. Everyone to A on the little blue part of the tiles behind A. Dot the ones that don't belong to you. That's okay. Get some raises out if we can. And then back to your bosses. Heavy mid.
Can we accept the raises now?
Yes, take your raises now. Take your raises now. 3 big hits. So mid through these 3 big hits. After this, everyone will stack together, point this outside. Try to get raises out if we can. Stack up. Everyone stack. Point these lasers outside. Alright, they're going to jump to the middle. We're going to avoid them. Max melee.
I'm going to sack.
Yes, sounds good. Get a raise on Avark if we can. South. And snowballs. Watch your snowball based on party. This dash is 1A. That's B2. That's C3. Alright, stretch your tethers across, knock back letters to letters, numbers to numbers. Run it as close to the wall as you can. That's okay. Yeah, that's a wipe. It's all good. Just hit the wall quick so Avark can raise us. And we'll rerun that. Yep, make sure you hit the wall quick. Just run to the death wall. Okay, all good. So just wait. He's going to start raising. He'll get all the chemists up, and then all the chemists are going to raise everything. And I'll just explain kind of what happened there quickly while they're raising. Once you're raised, step behind the purple line, and we'll deal with crossing it once weakness is gone. So, couple things are happening there. So the dashes happen, right? So you saw the snowballs, kind of how that works. So one spawns at A, one spawns, southeast or southwest. like I said, there are 3 dashes with wild charges. You can sure cast that knockback that happens when they dash through you, and quite frankly, I recommend you do it because it's just easier. But after those 3 dashes, 2 people are going to get a tether. Everybody needs to run towards the center of the room because the purple guy is doing a knockback from it. And that knockback is about 80% of the distance of the room. So what you're doing is letters are going to knock back to whichever snowball ended on a letter side. Numbers are going to knock back to wherever snowball ended on a number side. And that gets superseded only if you get a tether. So like I know, Jimmy, you had a tether right there. You're going to just point your tether, because you were tethered, I think, to the north snowball, the one at A. You just want to basically stretch your tether across the center of the boss, like through the center of the boss, and you'll just get punted towards the other snowball. What I'll say about the snowballs, they are directly across from each other. So if you get tethered to a snowball, your job is actually really simple. If you're tethered to a snowball, just head towards the middle and just know that you are knocking back to whichever one you're not tethered to. Because you have to get your snowball to the other side. I will also caveat, that snowball hurts. If you do not get all the way to the death wall, it will hurt a lot. So mid it pretty heavily.
Yeah, the proximity damage.
Otherwise, if we can get the rest of the people up.
I think we got one right on the north end of the map.
Oh yeah, okay. We should be able to get it. Here's what we're gonna do.
And we have everyone just outside, back out the way and have.
Yeah. So everybody follow me. We're gonna go down to the bottom of the stairs. What I want is, Belle, I want you to do one thing for me. Come up here. Everyone back out except for Avark, for me and Belle. Okay. I'm gonna mitt the crap out of you. Avark, I want you to go try to grab him with the raise. If this gets grabbed, Belle, I want you to just pull them. Do not let them kill him, is basically what we're going to do, and then all of us are going to run out of the arena. So just kind of come over here. He's going to inch his way up, and if he pulls aggro, just grab it, and he's going to get the raise, and then we're going to run. Yep, so grab those quick. They're coming to me. Yep, so just run, get out of the arena, and then we just stay backed up. And that's okay, he's gonna probably, nope, he's gonna die again, but it's okay. It's okay, it's fine. It's fine, okay, all good, they're gonna reset. And then just get that last person up, unless they have no lives. Okay, they have no lives, that's right. Okay, so what we're gonna do, one thing just for ease, I'm going to do one thing here. Because snowballs are coded very strangely, and snowballs can jump to dead people, JD, I'm going to have you leave, and I'm going to do this. There we go. So I'm going to have you leave, and I'm just going to stream, and you can just watch from my POV. Everyone else, you can cross the purple line if your weakness is gone, except for you, Dante. You're just going to be there. That's fine. Cross the purple line, and we will give it another pull. Yep. So give it another go.
The other thing that I'll say about snowballs is that the proximity damage also applies to the people sharing the stack. So if you taking the stack are too far from the wall, it will still just kill you.
Yes. Yes, we'll just full send.
Yeah. You will feel very in danger hugging the death wall, but you have to.
If you are ready, cross the purple line, please. Cross the purple line when you're ready. And once Belle has crossed the purple line, we will be good. Alright, we will pull at 4420. 4420. Or sorry, 420. Excuse me. 420. What, 420? Dancers, do your thing now. And yes, the proxy is from the center. I also have an exercise we can do on the pavilion to help explain this. But in the interest of time, we'll just run this through and then go level. So once again, pots, throw your 2s, you get 3 GCDs. Healers, it's a good time to dot the ones that don't belong to you. Go to your ads, go to your mobs. Make sure you're close to them. If you get a wonky tether, that's your new friend. All the tethers should be good. Don't be in the death wall. Do not be in the death wall. Yeah, so they jump basically right to the edge, so you want to make sure you are always kind of closer to the middle than you are outside. But just keep raising and keep rolling. They're going to jump, do 3 body problems, just be aware. Nice job on slimes, though. One thing I will say about slimes, be very ready to move on that after that last jump. The 2 will jump and you need to be able to run to get there, to dodge their cleave. They do that after every major mechanic, so. Okay. So, a little bit of mint, get your debuffs, follow the slimes, and figure out where you need to go. One is safe. 1 is safe. 1, 2D, they're all safe. Alright. If you get a raise, don't take your raise until after. Let's just hang out. Rolling. Alright, once again, if you have a raise, hold it until after they jump. We're going to A. Go to A. Run to A. All the way to the back wall of A. Run, run, run. Alright, get your friends up as best you can. Go back to your bosses and be ready to heavy mitt 3 big hits. 3 big hits. Alright, after this, we're going to do a stack. Line stack pointed outside. Save your 2s for snowball. Save your 2s for snowball. They're gonna jump, max melee. Alright, we're hitting the purple guy. Snowballs. Letters north, numbers south. Letters north, numbers south. A1, A1. B2, B2. C3. Alright, stretch your tether, knock back from the middle. Stretch your tether. Get it to the wall. Kill the snowballs. Kill the snowballs. Throw everything you have. 2's everything. If you kill your snowball, then help your friends. But we did have a lot dead, so it's possible. And you can LB too, yeah. Nice job. Good stuff. Okay. They're going to jump and do that jump again, so be ready for that jump. We're going to 2-3, 2-3, 2-3, 2-3, 2-3. Everyone run to 2-3. It's okay. Get your raises out. Another big hit coming. Another big hit coming. Back to your ads. This next time, they will do a tank buster plus a line after this hit. Tanks, you're going to stand left. Party is going to stand right on your ads. 3 big hits. Alright, tank to the left, party to the right, don't hit anyone else. Heavy mitt. Tank cleave, party laser. They're gonna jump, we're gonna be hitting the red guy. We're gonna jump, and we're gonna be hitting the red guy next. After this is done, A, B, C, so letters go to A, numbers go to 1. We timed out, that's okay. You know what, that actually works because we don't de-level. So, you know what, not bad.
De-level.
Okay. We actually didn't de-level, so they were actually kind of nice for that. Okay, anyway.
We did de-level.
Huh?
Those that were dead de-leveled.
I de-leveled.
Yeah, the de-level. Yeah, the dead ones de-leveled.
Oh, the ones that were dead. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, it basically
so
forces
19s,
a release.
Yeah, so 19s, you will go and work on leveling yourselves. And yeah. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask them as we go. I know there was a lot, and yeah, we can go try to spawn a CE for you guys quick. Actually, there's a CE up. Prejudice is up. So, everyone run to the CE, and we'll just murder that CE quick for them.
So
It is the worst CE.
second time,
I
Snowball
love this one.
was a bit easier because the first time I tried to do Snowball, I forgot that I was supposed to keep track of my Snowball.
Yes. So that's actually a very good point that you make, that I'll mention. When you are doing snowball, the snowballs that you're watching are you're watching them from their starting point. So if you're, say, Party B, you're watching that snowball that started at A, and no matter where it goes, the second dash that comes off of it is your responsibility. The third dash that comes off of it is C's. If you're a number, you're watching the southwest one, and the first dash is 1's, the second one is now 2's responsibility, the third one is now 3's. So no matter where they go in the room, you're watching that snowball to kind of track it. I will say they only have like I think there's like 3 or 2 there's 2 patterns for sure, maybe 3 that they can do total. There's not a lot of patterns. As you see it a few times, you'll kind of get comfy with what that looks like, and you'll kind of understand, like, because they really only go, if you're like looking at them, they really only go left or right, and they both go in the same pattern. So I think there's actually only 2 patterns to it. But yeah, so you're basically just kind of looking at it. You're going to follow the snowball, and then when we get in for the thing, I'll show you I'll kind of break down the trick for snowball and fireball, so we can kind of go over that.
Yeah. What got me the first time was after that initial, bam, 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 the charges. It was the knockback, because at first I thought I would knock back to my snowball, but then that ended up being the wrong choice. I was supposed to knock back to the other snowball and then have my snowball hit me. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, so everyone can understand what's happening for snowballs, because I think if you understand what it's doing, it'll make it a little bit easier to conceptualize. What's happening is the 2 snowballs are spawning, and they spawn with 4 stacks of invulnerability. Every stack gets cleansed when the snowball runs over at least 4 people. So the first dashes are covering the first 3 stacks. When they get to the wall and they tether, they now each only have 1 stack on them, if they're done correctly. And then those 2 snowballs, you stretch the tether so that they don't kill anyone to the damage. And then because they get launched at the 2 parties, like they get launched at either full letters or full numbers, less potentially the 1 person, because they're flying at the 2, when they hit the crowd, it's cracking their last level of invulnerability, which is what lets us kill them. If either snowball gets messed up, we just wipe. That's just kind of how that goes. So it's just a matter of, getting used to what you're seeing and kind of working your way through it. Snowballs will get easier. Fire towers cause a lot of groups problems, but in general, I think fire towers are actually probably easier than snowballs. It's just a matter of you need to understand how they function. And if you understand how they function, then you'll be in good shape. And we'll go over that before we cue in on the next thing, and then that'll be good.
It just sounds like a really quick Mario Kart, honestly. Run around.
Fire towers are very easy once you learn to respect them. They're just quick. The other thing I'll mention is those 2 always jump. One thing I will advise for everybody, I'll call the safe spot for their jump, but the best thing you can do for those in-between phases where the ads are jumping around being little jerks, the best thing I can advise you to do is watch one of them. So like the second it starts, keep an eye on a singular one, and if you watch that singular one, you'll see where it jumps. You're always either going to be clockwise or counterclockwise of it. So when they do that jump mechanic at the end of each phase, start running towards one of them right away as soon as you see them jump, and then adjust accordingly for where the other one exists. That will always get you close to the wall. You don't want to be... the last thing you want to have happen is to be caught flat-footed fighting that mechanic. You always want to be moving the second they jump, and then adjusting your movement accordingly. If you can do that, you will be in really good shape. And you'll never get hit by that mechanic. It's just a really quick, you have to be ready to run.
It's also pre-pop sprint while they're standing back up, and you'll just already have it ready to go.
Yeah.
Are we going in for a third instance, or are we done?
We can try it, depending on how fast this goes, and if everyone has a cipher. If not, we did do our 2, and yeah, I was gonna say, like, ideally, getting people another run of the Sanguinite is probably worth doing, because we do have, I mean, when this CE dies, we need to do 2 fates. That probably puts us at about, like, 18, maybe, for this. So we probably are sitting there at about 24. By the time we get out, we could jump in. We have a half hour. We don't need to do any discussion on Demon Tablet, so we can just quick pull Demon Tablet. Obviously, we've now done hallways, so I think we can... Well, our hallways will certainly be quicker a second time through, just as we get more comfort. I think it's worth doing. And then we'll just kind of run Dead Stars just for the sake of getting people practice. I think getting practice is a good idea. You had 1 drop? Okay. I can take a look at that. If we're down just 1, like I said, it's not the end of the world. Okay. If anything, what we can do, just for the interest of... Okay, I have a really cheeky idea. So we're gonna do something kind of dumb, but it's gonna work. So we'll re-level. And...
Pots?
Yeah. Yes, and pots are up. You're able to make it to pots.
Oh, shit. Just run to the pots!
Please do not nuke the pots.
Pots are going to be nuked. We're all
Please do
running
not
there.
nuke the pots.
No, what we can do is,
You're already
because
at
we were gonna
30%.
do just 2, what I think we can do is,
It just means the boss hasn't spawned
90.
pots yet, though. If it's 90, then it's up.
yeah, no, it's gonna be nuked.
I still think it's silly that only 20 people or so get the pot.
I know.
Yeah, I've always thought that was dumb.
Yeah, so what we'll do is, like I said, we will run what I think we can do in the interest of time
What's our
is we'll get everybody re-leveled, and then, how do I want to say this? We'll get everyone re-leveled, we'll do our thing. Once everyone is back to 20, we'll back out. And even if we had a couple people leave, it's not the end of the world. We will just resend it. And I actually want to try something to see if it's possible, because I think it is. And what we're going to do is we're just going to run in, we're going to kill Demon Tablet, and we are going to send everybody one direction, and we're just going to do a Sanguine run, get the Sanguinite off of one side, with all like 40-some people, so they can get their Sanguinite, and then we'll all just fucking return so that nobody D-levels.
Perfect.
Oh, but it would be fun to get a little more practice in with the Dead Star.
Yeah, if it depends how many people we have. If we have a good chunk of people and we still have all the critical rolls, we can definitely try that. But depending on timing, I think it's worth doing it. If anything, it's worth getting the Sanguinite for people because, you know, if we're able to get another 6 Sanguinite for everyone, that's just going to help with the DPS checks.
So who do we talk to about upgrading our Argonaut stuff?
Expedition Armorer in the camp.
Yep.
Ah, there they were.
Yeah. It's basically just a bunch of silver and a bunch of gold for the +1s, and then Sanguinite and the Aether Spun gold for the +2s.
Oh, the fate is already dead. I didn't even see when it spawned.
Well, not specifically Sanguinite, it's a thing that you have to buy from Sanguinite.
Calamity.
Yeah, we will avoid Calamity because
should be
everyone
good to go,
should
right?
already be
No, I'm
I
missing a
think
fate
Elena
still.
missed one. Yeah, we can do one more fate.
Yeah, we need to do a fate, but we don't need to do
Yeah,
a
no
whole
get stuck in
thing.
calamity for 10 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a fate.
Yeah, we'll just go.
Yeah, it's
kill
up
one.
northish.
But yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll just, like I said, depending on how many people we're at, we should be fine to send it. And we can get some more Dead Stars practice, because we should have about a half hour, so that should be feasible to get there.
Dang it, Rainita's riding this gold bird, and I thought it was a coffer up ahead. It just remnants of the glitter.
So where do you get the silver? Just from silver.
You buy
with
silver. Yeah, with silver.
Yeah. Aether Spun Silver is traded for the silver. The Ethereal Fixative is traded for gold. No. That's the X Fixative.
Sorry, X Fixative is.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. It's
so everybody is 20.
Yeah. In total, it's like 3,600 silver and 4,800 gold to get a single upgrade to +1.
How many 19s? It looks like we have a couple 19s, so I'm guessing we need one more fate.
Plus the 4,000
Yep. So we'll go
for the item itself. So that's going to take a bit of time.
Yep.
Yeah, the gear takes time. Every piece of gear you get is equal to, I think, I'm trying to remember what's left. It's like 1% or damage or something. So, and that's for every level of plus you get out of it. So it stacks up quick.
Yeah. We leave the instance, right?
Once you are 20, yes.
Each piece of gear and each upgrade for it after is 40 of your primary stat and plus 1% to all damage and healing from phantom abilities.
Yeah.
So a full set with all max jobs gets you an additional 27%?
No, it's 15%.
With jobs.
With jobs is 24% to all damage as a whole. The armor's special attribute thing that it has on there is specifically only phantom jobs.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But okay, I think everyone should be good now.
Yeah.
I believe.
But
if you're
also,
good, your parties
also
are
on
all
top
20,
of
we can
that,
back out quick.
also on top of that, the armor, a full set of +2s is getting you plus 600 of your primary stat, which since we're eye level synced down to 700, that is the equivalent to an entire chest plate and a half.
So we are good. So got more or less all the key rolls we needed.
The hard part probably isn't really the Sanguinite though. It's getting lucky with those Aether Spun Gold drops. Not too
By
bad.
the time I got all phantom jobs to max, I already had like, I want to say like probably 8 to 10 of it.
Yeah, I'm sitting right around 10, and I still got another 2 jobs. Still haven't got that Berserker.
Oh, you haven't even gotten the drop yet? That sucks.
I've done like 20 to 30 Berserker CEs. I'm not joking.
Sucks.
It's so awful.
I was missing Oracle for the longest time. I think I had mastered 9 other jobs by the time I had gotten it.
I have 5 jobs mastered, and I have 6 Aether Spun, I think.
Yeah.
Aether Spun.
Yeah. And then I got Oracle, and I discovered the hilarity that is Starfall.
Yeah, but like I said, we'll try to fire in. I know we still have one more 19 that had disconnected, so they're working on that. But so we'll let them get caught up, and then we'll go back in. Time depending, like I said, we have our 3 hours blocked. If anything, we'll make sure, because we still have 44, we'll make sure to send it to at least get everybody some Sanguinite. Because realistically, if we can get another run in a Sanguinite today, that means, tomorrow once we've done 2 runs, or, we kill Dead Stars, we make it X distance. Once we've done that, everyone will be able to upgrade a piece. And that will help. Our damage is already looking decently good, but, the more damage we can get, the better. The less stuff we'll see, the better it is.
No, they'd be halfway to upgrading a piece from what we got today, and if we do 2 tomorrow. because that would be 30 total.
Am I losing my mind? Isn't it 30 to upgrade a piece, or is it 60?
It's 60.
Oh god, you're right. It is 6.
Yeah, the FFXIV is the weird one.
My brain was getting super excited. But yeah, you're right. Then
because it's 3 Aether Spun Silver, 3 Aether Spun Gold, 3 Ethereal Fixative, and then 6 X Fixative, and it's weird.
It is really weird. I feel
it's
like
why not make it 3 and just make them cost 20? Like what?
No, I feel like 2 different teams designed both the encounters and then like the currency exchange system. It's like, oh yeah, we'll just have them run this. They heard offhand that it was going to be like another Bosja, Castrum. And they're like, okay, sure, they'll be running this a bunch. So 60 fixative per, 60 sanguinite per whatever isn't too bad.
To be fair, that's not too bad. That's not too bad once you actually get to the point of getting a significant of the way through it. It's a problem when you are only clearing boss 1 and hallways, and boss 2, because Bridges doesn't give you shit. I don't fucking know why.
It's when I for Bridges.
Yeah, it's 1 from Demon Tablet, 5 from Hallways, 2 from Dead Stars, literally nothing from Bridges, 2 from Marble Dragon, and then 10 from the Lockwards.
Yeah. And yeah, so yeah, it's 3 days, the idea being, okay. Oh, good. Yeah, like I said, just let me know. If there are conflicts, it's 48 people, there's always bound to be some of that. I will probably post depending. Like I said, we may start running our VC out of ABBA. We'll still use this channel for coordinating so that I can make sure everyone's in the party and whatnot. We may just use ABBA VC so that I can ping in one of the raid chats to get fills. But we did get to the point now where today was good in the sense that I'll be able to now ping tomorrow for Dead Stars fills if we need it. So we will probably do that, but I will I'll throw something together for that tomorrow, just so
no longer the treacherous fresh prog want help.
Exactly. Now I'm able to sit there and go, hey, we're working on, Dead Stars cleanup, come do Dead, you know what I mean? We're working on Fire Tower, working on whatever. That should help a fair bit. And then we'll get to a full 48. So that'll be the plan going forward. I just didn't do that today because, one, we were fresh. I wanted to make sure, Okay, yeah, so it looks like a couple people did lose internet there. Okay. Okay, but yeah, so like I said, so that'll be the plan to go tomorrow. I believe most people are in ABBA, but like I said, I'll post something for that as well. I'll post the link in our general afterwards, just so we'll be able to use it. As I said, the schedule is the 3 days. So the schedule is the 3 days, but it's not the end of the world if you have to miss a day here or there. Obviously, I'd love to have everybody here every day, but, we're all adults. I realize life happens. It kind of just is how it goes, whatever. I will work on getting the fills as best I can. But, like I said, I'll have the PF posted just so everyone kind of is familiar with how the process will go. I'll be posting it in here so you all have access to it the hour some early, and then once we've filled and I've got everything rolled in, then I'll just be pinging it. I'll basically be like, okay, I'll pick a ABBA chat. I'll be like, we're going to use FC rate or FT rating, whatever. And then I'll just ping inside that channel looking for fills for whatever. And then we'll roll with what we have. So it's not bad, but I appreciate everybody's patience and working with it. This content is definitely a little bit more different than DRS is, so.
Are we not going back in again?
Yeah.
Well, Canis was out, so I'm just making sure here. Yes, if everyone else is good, we will go. And we'll just do, like I said, we'll just do a fired off sanguine run. Just to get people their sanguinite, and then we can back out so no one has to run a re-level after it.
Okay, so we're not actually going to push Dead Stars, right?
We're not going to push Dead Stars. Just in the interest of time, because we have a half hour, so by the time I get the last yes, so I'm just waiting on Zest to hit his button. So we'll just go in, we'll fire off our thing, and then
just clear hallways. Yeah.
I might take it off then.
Okay, no worries. No worries. We have a couple people that have to back out. It's not the end of the world, like I said. We can do a sanguine run for the people that want to do a sanguine run. They're worth doing. That 6 sanguine is like 500,000 gil if you do it right.
Oh, trading it for like a minion or something.
Yeah, grabbing a minion and selling it.
I'm currently at 90 sanguine. So
I get to
they're
take
not a
that
lot,
back to-
but they're something.
I get to take that back to Crystal and sell it for like a full mill.
You might want to move at least 1 DPS into 3.
Into 3, yeah, that's a good
well,
call.
have fun.
Just to make sure.
Yep, have a good one. Good one tomorrow. Avar, are you able to do that actually? I thought once you teleported up, you couldn't get back down.
I think you have the other people on the other side res them before you drop off to the Death Star. So you have a few people dead on the from just getting beat up by the moths, and then the other side people will just pick them up and res them on the other side. So they run through the other to the other side hallways.
Oh, interesting.
You can do that, but I've not seen it done. It is risky, which is why I didn't want to suggest it.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's a lot of effort there.
Yeah.
But okay, let me just see. I'll run this again. Because yeah, like I said, I want to be respectful of everyone's time, not run us super duper over.
Actually, yeah, looking at the time, I probably can't hang around. It's gonna be 10 minutes till we get in to begin with. Alright. Yeah, I'll go ahead and drop out and hit you all up tomorrow night.
Okay.
You have a good
No
one.
worries. Yep. Yeah, like I said, we'll work with what we have. What do we got here?
3 is falling apart.
Yeah, no, three's a little low. I'm just trying to see what we can make work here.
Help, dude.
3 needs a knife. 3's gonna die.
Yes, three needs a friend. Yeah, I mean we could always call it too, and then just try to run it through.
We just call it.
Yeah, we'll just call it there. That's fine. Because yeah, by the time we reconfigure, we'll just call it there for the night. But yeah, like I said, either way. So yeah, we'll call it there. We'll be back at it tomorrow. Like I said, I will post something for ABBA. I believe almost everyone has it, so we should be good. But yeah, nice job. We basically got exactly where I kind of hoped we would get today, which was about halfway through Dead Stars. So Dead Stars really does represent one of the hardest parts of this place. I've known plenty of people who have cleared Dead Stars and literally one-shot Marble Dragon the first time they saw it. So Marble Dragon can be rough, but he is also very clearable, as long as the calls are good. So yeah, so we will see you all tomorrow, and we will keep pushing. I will reach out to the couple people who didn't show up today and figure out what the heck was going on there, and if not, try to fill out some of those spots too. But like I said, we'll start using ABBA. Most likely ABBA. We might pivot to foe depending on how many hits we get from ABBA. We can always use foe as well. But
well, technically, you could just use ABBA and you could cross-post to foe because.
Oh right, because I'm in ABBA.
Affiliate.
That's a.
Yes.
Yep, you're 100% right. I didn't even think of that. That's actually a good point. So
You
we'll
can-
just
you
use
can
ABBA.
cross-post
and
over.
then-
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for saying that. I didn't even think about that. I forgot. I can't post to them with this one, but I can post the other way. So
Yeah, so you can actually just chill in ABBA and then just cross-post over. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. Like I said, that way we'll have the full 48, but as I said, I appreciate everybody coming tonight, putting in the effort. We'll get it done. I know the schedule is kind of busy, but that's kind of by design. I know I've done plenty of groups. I know, Avark, you've done plenty of groups where, like, they go once a week and then they just kind of hit a wall because they go once a week. And so this is kind of why we're doing it more intense, as the idea is, as we see more experience, we have people on the same roles, we're going to be able to rattle through at a much quicker pace. So I think that'll be...
Can you clear the alliance and invite Ceci to our party and put us in? I think
yes,
I could use some leveling.
Yes, I can. Give me 1 second. Do one thing here. Let me do one quick thing. I'm trying to remember how I can do this because it's forcing it into an alliance.
Oh, if you guys are going back in, can I go back in too?
Yeah, I can try to get you in here. 1 second. I'm gonna just try to kick a couple people, and I want to see if, when I kick all of them, if this will convert me to a regular ass party. I don't think it will.
No, I don't think so.
But it shouldn't matter though, because if I can get her in. Okay, actually, you know what? I'm gonna do this. I need to disband that, and then I have access to all of this. And I needed to invite Sassy and Elena and anyone else who was looking to go in. So, if you're looking to go in, just take the invites as I'm throwing them at you. Oh, it went crossroad. There you go. There you go. Six. I was missing Elena, and then I didn't know if there was anyone else in here who wanted to go. So we do have space for one more body. If we... That's a tell, not.
What are you doing, right?
We were just going back in. And yes, Ruby, I was gonna just do that. I was just trying to figure out how to do that. I gotta do it out of contacts, I think. If not, I will get her in here. Wait, there we go. I can do this. There we go. Okay. Yeah, we're going back in.
Into what?
Yeah, we're just going in. They wanted to do some leveling stuff.
Oh, so. I see. Just cool. Okay, cool.
Yep. You're just running in there. Okay, there we go. Didn't know if you also wanted to come along or not. So, if so, feel free. Otherwise, just ignore that invite. But yeah, like I said, I think we did good tonight. I know there was, from my initial counts of everybody, we had a handful of, what do you call it? I believe from my form, we were sitting at a little bit over half of the people were completely fresh in there. So, quite frankly, being, you know, half fresh to basically making fireballs. I mean, I basically call it fireballs because he kicked us out when we were going to see it. We might have died to it, but we were going to see it. So,
yeah,
like, they weren't stopping it. They were 3-body probleming. There's nothing that happens after it. So I kind of look at it and go, you know, one day to see fireballs is pretty good. Like, it just takes practice. It takes practice and it takes learning.
Magitar tomorrow. Everyone get ready.
If we see Magitar tomorrow, I will be very impressed, but... yes. Here. I was waiting to see if someone took that. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a process, it's a learning thing, but I think we're doing pretty well for one day, and tomorrow I'll make sure, between ABBA and Foe, I'm 99% sure we will have a full, we'll have a full group tomorrow, so we can do that. There's also some other little cheeky things you can do, like, you know, there's...
You could run, just to make sure the keyholes are covered, and just, you might be just short a few DPS, which is not a big deal.
Oh, for sure.
Then,
Look, if I've learned one thing from Knackle, it's you can run that shit bare bones if you feel like it. That man's been running 24-person runs of this.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Like, he's been bare bonesing it real hard. It's a lot of work. Don't get me wrong. It's a lot of work, but because like the problem with running 24 is you can do 24, but nobody can die.
Yeah. I thought
because
you
if anyone
with, 16 though.
Oh, you need 24 to get in, I think, because of all the mechanics.
You need 24 to get in, and 24 need to be alive.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because the 6 stacks.
Each snowball needs to get hit by 4.
Well, not even that. Demon tablet. The stacks take 4 each.
You need 4. You need 4 people on each.
So that's
at
6
least.
times 4. Yeah, that's 24. Okay.
Wait, are we doing CEs or are we doing gold?
I'm gonna head out. Thank you so much for the first day. I think it was a really good call outs. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, thanks. Yep, we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Looking at this, I'm gonna do that.
Gosh, are we just doing Cs and CEs?
Yeah, I think people are. I think someone said you guys wanted to run in level, so we're just doing.
Oh, I did. I was gonna take Cat with me.
I don't know if I'm gonna make that CE.
No, I got 40 seconds left. I'm not even trying. I moved over here to the tentacle lady.
Cat's gonna make
It's
this.
really, really good first day. I feel like it was, I don't know, it was really good progress.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that it was always going to take a little bit of practice, but like I said, for having a handful of really fresh people, I think we did pretty good. Like, it always takes a little bit of practice and a little bit, just a little getting used to it, right?
I'm not making
I think for a first day it was like genuinely really good. So I think about positivity here.
Yeah, it's one of those things. We've seen a lot of groups that definitely have struggled to things. Avark knows what I'm talking about. Avark, did you see how their prog went last week?
Bruh.
They didn't even make it. They didn't even make it to fire towers.
I mean, so there's this other group that I used to run on Sundays. They only just made it out of Dead Star 2 weeks ago, and they're onto Dragons. And I think they still mess up on Death Stars when I kind of just went around and looking at logs.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Dead Stars is not necessarily an easy thing.
It's not. But
it is honestly probably the hardest part of
yeah.
this.
Well, but the key takeaway is that group. When I looked at the start of the thread, they ran since June. 1 a week.
Yeah, and that's why I didn't want to do 1 a week. Is I understand why people like 1 a week because it's low commitment. It's good for that reason. But the hard part with once a week is, like I said, one part is once a week gets hard because we've seen it with a lot of other teams that have done stuff. As you start dragging this process and it starts to drag to 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, you have people that have to drop and it just becomes hard. It's like, if you can just sit there and go, I'm going to focus in for 2 weeks and get this done, you can just get it done.
Yeah, no, like, I'm not going to be able to do 3 days a week if this goes on beyond like 2 weeks. I'm going to be more like 3 days a week if that's the case. But
but
I'm
it
sure
shouldn't
we can get
take
this
more
done
than.
in 2
I don't
weeks.
think it'll take more than 2 weeks.
I
I
mean,
truly
yeah.
don't think it'll take more than 2 weeks. I think
I
realistically we should be able to get past fire. I think we should probably get past Dead Stars tomorrow. Truth be told, I think we'll get past Dead Stars tomorrow, and then I think.
I think we'll be fine. I agree with you.
Yeah, I think we'll get past Dead Stars tomorrow without any issue. Realistically, there's a chance we could get through Marble Dragon tomorrow if we could get to Marble Dragon in the first instance, there's a chance we could get through Marble Dragon with 2 chances
Yeah,
at it.
and I think Marble Dragon is more ping dependent than anything else with like the, what is it, 2-second movement. So unless people haven't been exposed to fast movement before in game, which I mean a lot of people here are Savage Raiders, so I'm assuming they'll be just fine. So.
Yeah, they'll be fine. I think most of the people Savage Raiders, I think.
Yeah, a good chunk of them
dealt with quick movement before, so I don't think it's gonna be hard for them.
But the main gimmick with Marble Dragon is you wait and then you move. You wait for the cast spot and then you move because we actually have to bait the front and rear attack before you move.
Yeah, and I was looking at what was it, BOP, BPO, whatever for Minotaur, and like it's not hard with the god spots. It's hard, but it's not hard. So like whatever. Should be good. Thanks for having us.
Yep.
Yep.
Ceci, why you stoned?
420 BB! Okay. I'm about to die. Oh, I didn't die.
Oh, don't die. Stop oogling him. He doesn't get. Oh shit.
Did you get stunned?
I got caught by the ad.
I'll peep it.
Oh my gosh. Hold on, I want to finish this combo and then erase this person. Oh, there we go. There we go. One raise. A cat and Elena are the only one in that CE.
Yeah, like it's just like I said, there's just a lot of things we just kind of gotta work our way through, but you know, I think we did really good for our first day, honestly speaking.
Yeah.
Like,
the fact is, we made it to Death Star and seen Snowball on day 1. That's above the average. You're fine.
Right. Normally that's, well, I mean, shit. It took me 3. Was it 3? It took me 3 or 4 parties to clear fucking Demon Tablet.
Really?
Yeah.
It was not that
Yes.
hard.
It took
That's
me
crazy.
3 to 4 parties to clear Demon Tablet because they legit could not get the knockback down. They couldn't do, like, it literally, I was sitting there going, I'm not getting hit by anything, but we just keep fucking enraging because, like, half the party would get knocked back off the platform and die, and then the other half was there, and half the time you'd have 2 meteors not go to the proper side and drop the meteors on top of the entire party, so there was nowhere safe to stand, and nobody knew to miss the meteor hit, so you'd just die.
When they stack the stacks, that's always amazing.
Oh yeah, or that happens where 2 of the stacks panic and they run on top of each other.
That's a normal
and
raid
stack, and
mechanic.
The meteor comes in and murders all the entire non-meteor side. Like, I've seen a lot of goofy shit.
A more funny one is the blue arrow pointing away from the arena, not to the tablet,
Oh
and
my
then
God,
people
that's
stand,
another one
and then,
that I've
and then
seen
people
so
and
bad.
people stat, and then people pay attention, and they just go with stack in that stack, and then they just get sent off the map.
Like
it's like I thought you were targeting me there because I shot mine off of the arena, but like I killed.
Oh no.
I was like, did he watch me do that?
No.
One thing
no,
I will
but
say
it's-
about the stacks too, if you do end up on the wrong side, you actually don't have to kill yourself. If you end up on the wrong side with your stack, hug Demon Tablet.
Unless you're on
If
the
you
other
hug
side,
Demon
then
Tablet,
you're
it will launch you, but you won't go off the edge.
Mhm.
So you can technically get away with it if you mess up. It's just, obviously, if both of them mess up, then all the common people are dead. So that's
I will tell
that's
you,
not ideal.
My one pet peeve is the stacks on the meteor side of the map moving at the last second before the stack goes off. I've died to that multiple times, and I will absolutely fucking screech because they'll wait till right before the stack goes off and then move and leave behind half the people that were standing there.
You mean like that time you almost fucking crashed out on Ophi because he fucking kept gap closing and covering the entire non-meteor side of the fucking meteor? Oh my god, it was so bad.
There was twice that was the, or the other one is when one of the stacks decides to stand in the center of the room, so the other stack has to go stand in Narnia by itself, and nobody stacks with them. That's happened to me as a stack.
Yeah, because we're gonna do that. Like I said, in one of the random, it was either an ABBA or a faux party I was in. They also did the first party I ever got to Dead Stars in. The dude did like a couple little training things on the pavilion because we were still in the you have to wait forever, and I thought it was a really nice thing to do. Basically, what he would have you do is stand in the center of the pavilion and basically pretend the snowball was coming, and he just had everybody pop sprint and would tell you to run to the edge of the pavilion and stop on the edge as close to it as you could. And he just had people do that for like 2 minutes, with the whole intent being that snowball has such an aggressive fall off on its damage that if you are not hugging the death wall, you are probably going to just die without just a stupid degree of mitt. So
is that what happened to me?
Yeah. Looking at the log, I'm pretty sure that's what got you. Was
you have to be on the wall, and if
you have to be touching, you have to damn near be touching the death wall.
And if you once you slightly off with no mitt, you'll die. Because that happened to me once when I was in a party and Ash was not in the party with me. Our healers did not mitt at all, and I was maybe half a step off that wall and died.
Well, and like we had the mitt you should have had, because you had Panheima, you had Karachol, you had more mitt than I usually throw, and a shield. Like, you had more mitt than I usually even throw at that thing, but it's just a matter of you have to be very ready. Because the only mitt I ever throw at that is the only mitt I throw for that mechanic is I just throw a shield and I expedient right before it goes off. I basically force everybody to run to the wall. But
when I look at it, the clip, like, other people seemed just as close as us, but they didn't die, so that's why I was confused.
No, the snapshot is very early. You want to be so as soon as you get knocked back, you want to be adjusting to the wall immediately.
Yep.
Hold on, I'll send you Arvar so you can see.
What I saw was
like
I said, when I watched the video, it looked like it was close, but at least from the movement I saw Tanny doing, it looked like it was just a half in, like, it wasn't like slow, pixels. The movement wasn't direct, is I guess the way I'll explain it, because he knocked back slightly off center. Offset, yeah. And because he's offset, I think it literally just doesn't, even though he runs there, it just doesn't quite, because if you look at his clip,
oh, fuck me.
You can kind of see it, but if you look at his clip, you see that little like string of tiles on the edge, like that little runway of tiles that circles the whole thing.
Give me 1 second. Like after he gets knocked back.
It, like, if you just look at the arena where the death wall is, there's that string of dark tiles. You need to be on that string of dark tiles, and if you're not, you're probably dead.
Okay.
And so, if you don't get to that really fast, there's a high chance you'll just die.
Because I'm not even sure, because I'm pretty sure I was in another snowball hit that may have gave me another bone, but I saw the bone fall off the video.
Yeah, so you'll never have a bone no matter which snowball you want, because C3, their cleanse goes away before the knockback.
Yeah.
So all groups are fine in terms of, like, what they're doing.
I'm just looking now.
I'm gonna die.
I wish I could see.
Yeah, I think it was literally just a snapshot. From what I can see, it looks like a snapshot, and the log kind of made me think it was a snapshot.
Oh, I'm checking.
Because I only took 40k from that hit, and he took like 160. So
is that clip on the second poll?
It was the second poll.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just replaying now. Let's have a look.
It was like a minute before the end.
Yeah.
That was
Danny
good.
got hit for 153 with a 15% parry.
Shire, what number did you have on your head?
What number?
Yeah.
That was 6.
6? Okay. None of my B&B, so that's why I'm asking.
I was gonna say, because I strategically avoided you at all costs.
Well, and all the numbers are different.
That's just
though. That's
me.
the thing. Is all the numbers will be different no matter which party you're in.
That is true. Yep.
Because like if we mark, like I know whenever I can, I always mark myself 1, and then I mark everyone else down the list from there. But
Yeah,
like I know
always
some
mark
people
him
do
as
that.
Oh, yeah,
Like I always have the chem in my party is always 1, and then all the rest are just kind of who do I target and just kind of throw a number on them at random. I know some groups do like kind of like we did with Avark today. They have like you have like a designated sac chem that every group is supposed to mark with a special symbol so they know who it is. The sac chem is nice. Like I said, in theory the timer will start picking up a lot more because I'm not going to be doing as much explanation. Just first time in, I wanted to make sure everything got explained well enough so that if we saw something, there wasn't like huge confusion. I will say, for the most part, people did a lot better on slimes than I've seen a lot of people do, so that was
cool. 100%.
Like, we didn't have half a party dead at the end of slimes, so I was like, that already tells me people were more prepared and ready than need be, because like I've seen a lot of people die to slimes. I think the hard part a lot of people have with slimes is you have to that's why I tried to give that tip at the start of like, when you do slimes, be very clear about watching your 1, 2, 3, 4 and like literally lock them in your head as you go, and then just continuously sit there and say them in your head over and over again.
That's what I did.
Like, yeah, basically, like, once you know where you're going, just keep saying it, and then as they start going off, just sit there and go, okay, I'm at A, and now I'm at 2, and now I'm at this, and just keep saying it until you get to the end. The other thing that I find
was really silly easy, because it was literally just one move, at least for me. It was just
did you get the winner where you get to start in Northwest?
I don't know where.
There's one pattern that's my favorite fucking pattern of all time. There's one pattern that if you get a certain number and it's a certain jump pattern, because there's only like 3 jump patterns, there's one where you can literally start Northwest, you stand Northwest, a jump happens, it hits you. You don't have to move again. Like, I think it's if you have 1. If I remember right, it's you have to get hit by one thing and the color hits in the Northwest. You stand Northwest, it hits you once. You run from Northwest to Northeast, you stand at Northeast for 2 more stacks, and then North is safe.
Well, mine was, I had to get hit twice. It was literally just go to the first one, run to the second hit, and then stay there because it was safe for the other 2 hits. It was just one of them. It was a joke.
Yeah, slimes is a really easy mechanic if you respect it. It's nothing in this place, as I said, is particularly difficult. There's just a lot of personal responsibility, and you have to be ready to kind of, knock your way through it. It's not hard, it's not terrible, it's just you have to be really ready to move. The one thing I will say that I was very happy to see was, our first snowball was a little bit messy, but even if we did have some deaths, we passed snowball. We beat that DPS check on snowball, which
barely.
It was barely there, but
I beat that, and I had like 3 or 4 bell stacks, so like we were pushing it.
I know.
That was gonna blow.
Well, we definitely had a handful of deaths. I'm just saying, like, we at least beat the check, even if it was close. That's better than some groups. I mean, do you remember? Shit, that OV group took like 3 weeks to clear fucking snowballs.
You're not wrong.
Like, That was so bad. So, like, I don't think we did bad at all getting through there. And honestly, Fire Towers is a super easy mechanic if you just respect it.
You know, if we get 2 people, we almost should be cold farming to let it start.
Yes. Although Cat's not in here anymore. So.
Cat had to go because of some kind of emergency.
Yeah, he had to run because his cat was having issues, so.
Well, then I'm gonna go eat dinner. I was here to help level Cat. Where the Cat leave?
He left, let's see, he left...
He just left since that CE.
One
Yeah.
day to go.
Yeah, he was in the CVE with us and he just left.
I'm gonna go eat dinner. You
My
guys
head's
have
tired, so I'm gonna hop out too.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
feel free.
Bye, everybody.
Have a good night. I'll continue to help out, I don't mind.
It's okay. You don't have to if you don't want to.
Well,
Goodbye.
I got nothing else to do, so. I don't mind killing some stuff. I can always use more gold and silver for ciphers.
Also,
I've
to
only
be
got
fair,
22
Ash,
left, so.
I didn't know. All I knew about that mechanic was that it was going to be something like Trinity Avowed, and just from basically how you described it, I was able to do it right first try.
Right, it's not hard. It's literally like, it literally just boils down to, can you look at a counter, and do you understand that colors are opposite?
But then when it came to snowballs, I don't know why, but that information rebounded off the surface. I gotta look at the video for that one.
So the best thing I'll say about snowballs, especially for you because you're in the mirror group to what I'm in, because you're in Group A. Snowballs are super frickin' brain off for Group 1 and Group A. They're real easy. All you have to know for snowballs is watch the snowball up at A, right? So you are A. So just look at the snowball at A, and whatever dash it does first, just stand in it. Just make sure you're behind the tanks.
I like being A.
Just stand in it and pop Surecast and make sure you don't get hit by any other dash going off.
Okay, that
If
is
you
pretty brain dead.
stand in it and make sure you don't get hit by any other dash after it, you have done snowball correctly. Because the reality is, it only ever dashes left or right. So that snowball will always either dash from A to the northwest or A to the, like, east.
Okay, so that's what I thought that I was supposed to do, because I did that the first time. The second time I was already dead by the time I got to it. But the first time I did it, and then I died later, and I'm not sure what I did to make me die later in the mechanic.
What most likely happened was one of two things. You either got hit by another pass of the snowball. If you didn't get hit by another pass of the snowball, and so what I will advise for you is once you get in the lane, pop Surecast.
Okay, I didn't do that part.
And then just make sure you're not.
Oh,
and make sure
maybe
you're
I
not
think
standing in it because it punts you when it hits you. So,
right,
but
I think that might have been what happened. I think I got punted into the death zone.
Well, you either get punted into the death zone, or what it can do is sometimes it can punt you far enough that you'll end up in the second dash, and if you don't get out of it fast enough, it'll snap you. So the best thing you can do is whenever you know your snowball dash is about to happen, just Surecast it. And you're always safe if you Surecast it.
Makes sense.
So that's kind of how that one works. Other than that, so you just Surecast that one, and it works really well that way. And then the other thing that you do is, so you'll Surecast that first piece, and that'll help a lot. This CE should not take 13 minutes. If it takes 13 minutes, something has gone severely fucking wrong. No, but so you want to Surecast it, and then because you're part of that A group, you're already kind of on the right half of the room, right? So at that point, all you want to do after you've dodged it is watch the snowballs and look for whichever snowball is ending up on the north half of the room, or the half that you're already going to be kind of on. Find that and then be prepared to knock back to it. And you're just going to assume you're knocking back to it all the time. And then you just need to watch your tether. If you happen to get a tether, it's either going to be tethered to the one on the south, and then you keep going towards the north one, or if it's going to you and it's, the one that you're looking at, you go to the other side. Snowballs is just like a two-step process. Step 1 of your process is literally just, you know, stand in it, make sure, you know what I mean? Like, make sure you eat your cleave when you're supposed to and you're not in front of the tanks. And then step 2 of it is literally just, I am knocking back north unless I'm tethered. And not north directly, because you know what I mean. Like, the snowball could be somewhere that's not quite north, but you're just knocking back to whatever snowball has a letter marker next to it. And you just knock back to that snowball with a letter, and just make sure you run all the way to the wall as soon as you get knocked back. And if you have a tether, then you just make sure you knock back to the other snowball. The snowball is like a 3-step process that's pretty easy to kind of comprehend and work through. You just have to be very... you just have to... It just takes a couple pulls to get used to it. And Fire Tower is abysmal. Fire Tower... Everyone complicates Fire Tower a lot. But Fire Tower is not complicated. It's just... Because part of what happens with a lot of Fire Tower groups, which is one thing we're avoiding, is normally Fire Tower groups do the same thing as Snowball. And they do numbers to numbers, letters to letters. But then it gets really convoluted if it spawns on north and south. And that starts to confuse people, because if it spawns north and south and it's moving counterclockwise, now technically, you know, it started on a letter, but it ended on a number. And a lot of people can't process, what does that mean for you? If it started on a letter, but it ended on a number, is that a number tower or is it a letter tower? And then you get a whole bunch of people that scramble and run the wrong way because they don't know where they're going. The way we're solving it simplifies that out a lot. Because it's a very basic, if you are a letter, you stand on A. If you are a number, you stand on 1. And then you move towards whichever tower is coming at you. Or stays in your half of the room. So, like, you stand on A and 1, and then you literally just look to your left and your right and at your mark. A tower's either going to spawn right on you, it's going to spawn to your left or to your right. And you just rotate to whichever one it is.
Yeah, and if the arrow spawns in A, it's going to just go one slice across the arena, just like one over.
Yeah. So, like, Fire Towers are not difficult. What kills groups in Fire Towers is... like, somebody doesn't know where they're going and they move really slow. If you move really slow, you can kill everybody in Fire Towers, but otherwise, as long as you understand the movements and you do the movements correctly, it's a real simple mechanic. There's a little bit of damage, so it needs like a little bit of healing, and as long as the tanks do their job right, everything's pretty clean in Fire Towers. And like I said, as long as we don't have any shenanigans with bridges, we should be good, which bridges are not that bad. They're pretty easy for the most part. And even with thieves that are new, bridges aren't too bad, generally speaking. Because, like, they'll take their time in worst case scenario. We'll have to heal through a bit of the fire bleed if they're a little bit slow, but that fire bleed is so non-consequential, it's not even funny. Like, everyone freaks out about the fire bleed, but, like, that run I was in yesterday, fucking... that fire... or no, 2 days... a couple days ago. I was in a run where I was literally solo healing, and one of the groups got nuked. And I was like, I can solo heal this fire bleed. It's not anything bad. Like, you can get through it without too much issue.
The main thing is you can have shield healers. Regen is you might have it a little bit difficult to try solo heal.
Yes. Regen would not be very pleasant to solo heal. There's just so much random damage.
You can do it, but it's difficult.
Oh, you can do it. You're just going to be spamming a lot of GCDs.
Yes.
I will also say this. I would not want to solo heal on anything that's not a chemist. Because I know with that Ari Sunday group, I was I solo healed in that group. And I will tell you from experience, the only reason our tanks lived half the time they lived was because I was potioning them. Because those Magitar autos, when both the tanks stepped in and were both eating autos and they were getting targeted for all three, it was like damn near impossible to keep them alive. Like, I needed
By the way, Ash, I have a question. What's the
what's
Geomancer for? What's it do?
So the Geomancer has one job, and you probably did. Well, you weren't on the same side as me, so you didn't see it. So there's blue floors that you come across three times in the whole place, but twice in hallways. There was a little blue floor that you probably didn't even notice because of.
Yeah, so I would have called out the Geo. Yeah, I would have called out Geo, suspend and disarm the traps in that room.
Yeah, there's two rooms, or there's two spots that have like a little orb. It's called like a static orb or a sustaining orb or something that's sitting in the middle of the room, and it's electrifying the floor so no one can cross it. The Geos need to come in and suspend so they can walk across it and disable it. So that's why you bring Geos. You bring Geos for the express purpose of those two floors, and then there's one point during bridges that you need a Geo so that you can do the same thing. They can suspend because the bridges have holes in them, and the Geos are able to press the button to fill the other side's bridge hole.
Oh, okay.
So you bring Geos just for a couple of little mechanics, mostly.
But that
so Geos are there
is...
for that. Time Mages are there for slows and dispels. Cannoneers are there. Well, Cannoneers are there, one for Silver Cannon, and two because obviously their cannon has a 5% chance to one-shot anything it hits.
One shot.
Obviously, Chemists are kind of self-explanatory. Bards you bring for two reasons as well, but we haven't gotten to the second one yet. Which I think I have you on Bard, so it's worth explaining. So Bards have three skills you'll be using, and well, technically all your skills you use. But so, like, you do your regular aria, for your buff, and then you have your 2-minute buff of Hero's Rhyme. Right. And then you have Mighty March for extra mit, which is cool. But then, you know how you have Romeo's Ballad, and you've probably never used it in there? There is a point on bridges where they summon 6 ads that get summoned all at the same time. And basically what you do is you have a tank run in and aggro them, and then you Romeo's Ballad them, and you stun all 6 of them at once. To interrupt.
I forgot it even had an extra function outside of giving you the EXP buff, honestly.
Yeah, so you do that for stuns, and then in Marble Dragon you can also use it to stun the sprites when they get close to the Marble Dragon.
Okay,
delays it will get called out.
All those stuns get called when they have to happen. Like, they'll be well aware. Like, everything that's going on as we go will be explained as we get there. Like Berserkers, we need at least one Berserker, and there's a very particular reason you need him.
Something for attacking the canisters at the end or something?
Yeah, it's for the very end of the fight. You need a Berserker. Obviously, Knights have a ton of reasons. Rangers have a ton of things you need them for, with disarming traps, and then Unicorn's also really strong. Obviously, Time Mages, slow and dispel. Geos for float. Oracles are optional, but Oracles are optional and they're nice for one reason. Because there's one mob in there that is immune to all damage except for one-shot skills. And depending on how lucky or unlucky your group is with the insta-killers, you may not insta-kill him, so then you have to sit there and keep dodging his mechanics and dodging his mechanics.
Man, that's trash.
Right, but if you have an Oracle with you, you can doom him, and then literally the tank just has to hold him and keep dodging until the doom kills him.
It's so weird that it's just completely RNG dependent to see when you get to move on from that mechanic.
Well, unless you have an Oracle. because the Oracle then will put it up, and then you'll have either a 20-second doom or a 5-second doom. You know, you'll get a doom somewhere between 8 seconds and a minute, and he will die somewhere in the next minute. Whereas, like,
I get it.
You know, with it, so Oracle's good for that. They also have another little like cleansing thing, but there's just a better way to do it without the cleanse, so you just don't do that. But yeah, I mean, otherwise it's all just kind of what it is, right? Like it's not bad. There's a lot of really neat little things they kind of did here. I do truly think Fork Tower is a fun experience. Like I think it's a fun set of fights. Like they have unique different things. Marble Dragon is a fun fight. There's nothing funnier than watching someone be slow on Marble Dragon getting punted into the death wall. Because he does it.
Yeah, he punches people into the death wall?
Marble Dragon has a mechanic that he does a whole lot of times. So basically you fight Marble Dragon from like 2 waymarks for like 90% of the fight.
Oh, okay.
Because every mechanic Marble Dragon does, almost every mechanic he does, is a pattern of dodging big ground AoEs. Well, he also does an attack called Draconiform Motion. And that attack is a baited cone cleave from the front and the back. He does like a breath and then he swipes his tail. But if you get hit by either of those, they have a super strong knockback that throws you into the death wall.
Yep.
So you stand on 2 set spots for the entire fight, and then you only move. Like you basically bait everything to 2 and B for the entire fight. And then as soon as that cast starts, you run away from it and then you dodge the other stuff. So it's not super hard, it's just, you know, you have to get used to it. And that's where it gets kind of goofy, is you have to get really used to what you're doing. I was wondering, actually, does cleansing work on the stupid boots? I wonder on the bridge.
Cleansing?
Yeah, when you do predict, Oracles have that cleansing skill. It's one of the ones you never see because it's not Starfall. That does basically the damage, but it also freezes time. I wonder if that would also freeze those little dudes on the bridge. I don't think anyone ever tries it because
I don't think so.
you have 8 million bards in your party, so why would you? But
yeah, well, you should have like 1 bard in each party. There's 6 bards.
Right, every side should have a bard. Have 3 bards, so you should never need to. I've always just wondered if it was something that you could.
But the thing that I did, I think I told you the other day, is in Lockboard with the golem that you send 1 tank in. We had the entire party go in and do it, and send everyone else do the other things. That's when you have to run an oracle in that party because you use the AoE Asuna to get rid of the doom for everyone.
Yep. So you actually could, I think, get away without having to.
No.
Because you have 20 seconds. So if a GCD is only 3 seconds, in theory, if you had 2 healers, you could have 1 healer start from the bottom, 1 start from the top, and just, you know, cleanse all 8 with Asuna. But God, it would suck.
It sucked. So
like it would not be fun.
So pretty much what we've been doing is literally just have 1 tank runs in, get that thing, and then when it swaps to the doom, just have 1 healer in that party. Whoever that tank is, just as soon as them, and that's it.
It's the best approach. I will say the only thing that happened today that truly made me laugh, like, you know, we always have plenty of deaths, and like, you know, like Magitar deaths are what they, or not Magitar, you know, like Manticore deaths are what they are. The one that cracked me up was, well, you guys were finishing up your bridge, or well, you were finishing up your hallway. I had said to our group multiple times, when we jump down, like I was like, we're not going to jump down until you got, like, we see you guys, so we're not going to, you know, I was like, we're not going to go in and make noise and distract them. We're going to let them work through what they're doing and learn what they're doing. And that's cool. But I was like, when we get down, like I had Leon fish out the 1 trap, which made sense. I was like, I'm going to have him fish out the trap in front of the thing. And then I was like, guys, when we get down, there is a door. There could be a trap by that door. So I was like, there's not always a trap, but there could be a trap by that door. So I was like, make sure every one of you stays behind Jimmy until he frickin', jumps down, and make sure the thieves percept that area before you run through. And the one tank who, was like, I need to say everything, fucking jumped down and ran. I watched him run face first into that trap, and I'm just like, dude, come on, man. I was like, what are you doing?
That's
like,
funny.
I was like, I know it can't be a mega, but it was just like, he literally did opened the sign and had the perfect, this sign can't stop me because I can't read, and fucking just went straight into it. It's like, oh no. Like, you get a lot of, I think the positive is you do get a lot of, like, good, every run you do of this place, you get better at it. And I think that's one nice thing I like about this place relative to some other stuff is, like, you do feel like every run you do, you get a little bit better. Like, you do feel like you get steady improvement with everything you're doing. And so I appreciate that part of it. Because I do think, like, like, that was a good point with, like, when we were doing our hallways. So, like, when you guys had wiped on your hallways and you were leveling, we didn't do our hallways completely, but before we left, like, I did a full walkthrough of it. I was like, I'm going to have Jimmy go through the rest. He's going to get a chance to practice his thief room, which he ended up doing, but he was slow on, so he died, so he got to experience that. I was like,
that's exactly what happens on our side as well.
I was like, we are going to give you a chance to, like, he made it all the way through percepted so we could get into the room, and then he died. And I was like, okay, that's fine. Like, I was, because someone said they're like, I think they wiped over there again, and we're just like, no, they wiped earlier. They're experiencing the side. Like, you can't just expect them to cruise through it the first time they're doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, and I think Jenny was new to Thief too, so we were like really crawling because he was trying to get an idea of where things were at.
Oh, that was 100% what was happening on our side too. Was like, our thief was new, so he was learning what he was doing, and I was just like, everyone, just take your time and follow him. He's not going to be super fast, but I was like, because on our side, our thief and our ranger are new. So I was like, I know on your side, your ranger's not new, but I was like, on ours, our ranger was new. So I was like, you two are going to do your thing and you're going to learn, and you're going to learn it and you're going to get better at it as you go. And that's cool. But, I was like, if it takes us an extra little bit of time to get through hallways, it takes us a little bit extra time to get through hallways. The more we do it, the faster it'll go. You see that especially with bridges. Like, the first time you do bridges are pretty slow. And then, like, once you've done bridges a few times, then bridges start going fast. And then people start getting reckless and try to start hawking megas, and then you start wiping. Like, that is speed bridges are the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I hate speed bridges with I've never even been in a party that's tried it, and I just hate the idea of speed bridges.
Yeah.
Because they don't save you much time. Like, the megas are in very clear-cut spots. You know where they are. It doesn't save you a lot of time doing speed bridges because, like, you have to kill the mobs anyway. So, it's just kind of one of them things where I was like, we've got people that just kind of gotta, they gotta experience it. They gotta learn it. And quite frankly, like, lockwords is going to be a thing to learn. Like, when we get to lockwords the first time, we'll be explaining all of lockwords, and that's cool. Like, everything in here is very simple once you understand it, but the key is you have to understand it, and that's, DRS had a lot of little gimmicks, but DRS doesn't have as many little gimmicks as this place.
No, there's no. No, this place
like DRS had, you have to have someone there to perceive traps, and like you had the duel thing, which was cool, but like generally most of it was all just fighting counters and like make sure you have someone out there to percept traps so you don't die. This place has a lot of just key roles you have to have assigned out to people that have to know their little things.
I feel like DRS had a lot more of the damage optimization. Like there was somebody who had to be for like the melee damage one and the magic damage one, and you needed 2 of each, and then you needed a bunch of other stuff for damage, and you needed 1 flare star, and you needed 1 of this other thing. You know, you needed a lot for damage.
Yeah, not sure how they were expecting us to bug this.
Honestly, I think that was the thing they did not think through, and that's why stupid demon block is one of the
dumbest fucking boss. That is so brain dead.
Well, it's dumb because like I think part of the reason you see so few people with the stupid demon tablet mount is because this place is just so hard to coordinate. And there's so many little things that it's not like I know I was looking in when I was getting set up to prepare for having to ping ABBA. I was in their leader chat earlier today. And one of the points that they make in ABBA that I don't know if they don't do it in Foe's leader chat, but they do it in ABBA's, is they are very clear of like, when it comes to Fork Tower, there is no fresh to clear experience. You don't do fresh to clear in this place.
You have to prog. 100%.
Like they're like, this isn't like DRS where, you know, like we did it with a shitload of people with the DRS group where we were like, cool, I'm going to grab like 10 people that have never been in here today and we're going to stuff them onto teams and we're going to go, okay, cool, just do your best. And we'll, you know, we had a bunch of people who were carrying a crap load of raises that were really good and weren't dying. So we could just kind of drag them through. And we had a bunch of people doing just obscene amounts of damage. So their damage didn't really matter. We could grab a fresh person and get them to queen and get them through without too much issue.
When's the last time you did the Lubrum Savage?
Of like years.
Like when it was current.
Because when Tanny did it recently with some other people that wanted to just get them out and get out, they literally left almost half of the raid group out of the boss arena and just told them to sit there and wiggle, don't get kicked. If you don't know how to do anything, you don't know how to do any mechanics, just sit outside. And they still clear it easily.
Yeah, that's where I think this place is very different. And like BA is kind of the same way, right? Like BA, you pretty much can be fresh and get into BA and kill BA in one instance. If the group is good, you're going to be able to do it. This place, do I not doubt that there's probably a person who could, you know, study every mechanic in Fork Tower and, you know, couldn't jump in from fresh, have somebody shot calling it for them and run fresh to clear in one thing. If they're not on a key roll, yeah, it's probably possible. But as a whole, it's just not very likely you could do it with a large crowd of people. And I think, you know, that was kind of what ABBA was trying to point out, was they're like, you know, when you do your runs, like tomorrow when we do our run, when I have to find fills, like it's going to be, I need to find fills. And the prog point is Dead Stars. And it's cool. Come do Dead Stars, you know, this is your prog point. You know, when we're at Marble Dragon, it's going to be this is what it is. It's going to be, you know, you have to really set your tone, especially because you can kind of see it with, you could actually see it in our first Snowball really good. Our 2 people who got tethers in Snowball got turned around. They didn't get to the wall, and because they didn't get to the wall, it was a wipe.
No,
and that's okay.
I think the first tether, they were running to the wall rather than ride a knockback from the middle. That's what happened when I saw on my screen.
Oh, yeah. One went into the wall and one went the wrong way because the snowballs were next to each other. So one knocked back the wrong way and one stepped out and got knocked back to the wall. So, but that's the thing, is one person making a mistake is just a wipe.
Yeah.
You don't have a recourse there to just go, what you're doing. So I think there's definitely something to be said about, getting through it, making sure you're doing it right. It's hard for someone to do everything fresh. Like Marble Dragon mechanically is very easy, but Marble Dragon is fast. He's very fast. Like Marble Dragon is the kind of fast where it's like you do not try to finish a cast and move levels of fast. It is when it is time to move, your ass needs to be moving, because if you're not, you're going to die.
Yep.
I was thinking, Ash, would it be better for progging if somebody dies, you just leave them on the ground until we chem sack it, because that means that we could get several pulls in, right? If everybody has the same number of deaths, then that means we could get several pulls in. But if you raise somebody several times, and
it depends, because the problem is, like, say you die to the very first mechanic. Like you make a good point. I think the problem is you're never going to be at a point where like all of your deaths are going to be consistent. And the problem is it becomes a time run, right? Because say you leave a bunch of people dead for way too long, you're eventually basically resigning yourself to the fact that you will enrage. Whereas if you can pick up, say, 10 people from deaths and still push a phase and kill it, then you'd rather just pick them up and yeah, they're going to have one less life. If you're prepping for a chem sack, then it's a little bit different. But even with the chem sack, it's one of those things where it's like you don't necessarily have to. You want to get people up, especially if they're dying. You want to make sure they're still learning. You want to make sure they're still experiencing things.
Because the other,
that
that's the other side. That's the other thing is just like, if as much as you want to have them down to save their lives, but at the same time they're not doing the mechanic and they're not learning the movement. They're not learning the timing, so they still have to learn that, even if they, if it were go back in there as on another pool, they could still die to it because they don't know the timing and when to move and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah, you want to let them, even if they're going to die a bunch, you want to let them experience it enough to get better at it. Because a lot of this place is very much so learn by doing. Like, you do it more, you get better at it. And the more you do these fights, the better you do get at them. So you just kind of want to make sure that, like,
how long is the lockout for like doing all the bosses?
So every time you so like we timed out there, but the reason we timed out was obviously because, we talked a little bit about Demon Tablet at the start. Then we obviously took our time with hallways. Then we obviously took our time, discussing Dead Stars. And then we timed out because we obviously wiped and then got back up. Normally what would happen is after every boss you kill, you get
20 minutes. I think it's an extra 10 or 20. I think it might be 20.
Yeah, it's like an extra 10 to 20 minutes.
I obviously don't pay attention to it because it's like, well, we just kill something, we just got extra time, and we just move on.
Yeah, in a normal run, as we're now comfortable about it, like, we're not going to be discussing anything on Demon Tablet anymore. Everyone gets Demon Tablet. There's nothing to talk about. So it's going to be a go up, throw your markers down, run a ready check. So then we're going to save some time on that end. Hallways, it's going to be a get down and move, and as we start getting faster with hallways, we'll go. When we get to Dead Stars, we're not going to talk a ton about Dead Stars. We'll discuss things we need to. So then, the run will start to speed up, right? And then when we get to bridges, we'll discuss bridges, and that'll take a little bit of time, but not a huge amount of it. So then we'll do bridges, and when we get to Marble Dragon, we'll talk about Marble Dragon. We'll walk through blockwards. So like we'll have slow phases, but we're doing that kind of by design, so everyone's learning what they're supposed to learn about it, but you're learning it at a slow pace, so you're able to kind of absorb it, and then we don't need to talk about it again. Because then it's a simple, like, a good example is Lockwards. when we get to Lockwards, it's going to be a very simple, you know, thieves percept when we're ready, tanks pull. Okay, we're going west. You know, one tank's going to clear all the traps, one tank clears the traps, and then it's a simple, okay, all the killers plus one tank to go west, everyone, or, you know, everyone else goes southwest.
Is Lockwards intermission 2?
Yes.
Okay,
it's intermission 3. Intermission 3.
Okay.
3, yeah.
Bridges is 2. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Lockwards